Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dan Rather, and I'm joined by Judith Prasner, our top reporter in Los Feliz, California. This was really fun. This was one of two interviews we got to do in Nashville in person.
Yes.
In the aforementioned studio that Wobby Wob threw together in 5 seconds. Luke Combs, what a delight this boy. I got to call him a boy. He's so young.
Yeah, he's younger than me, so I get to call him a boy too.
I know he's young. He's younger than you, and he has 600 acres.
Okay. I feel good about my life.
Okay. Yeah, I know you have a great life. I'm just really impressed with his acreage. Luke Combs is an award-winning country singer. Fathers and sons, getting old, growing up. What you see is what you get. This one's for you. And he has a new single out now called Back in the Saddle. Tasty song, tasty title. Please enjoy this sweet boy, Luke Combs.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Dude, the story on that thing's crazy.
I want to hear it.
So
All I care about is cars.
I had a first edition, one of the first edition Broncos. I had a Ford deal for a couple of years.
Uh-huh.
So when they came out with the Bronco, I asked them, I was like, man, I got to get one of these, dude. And they
Yeah.
were like, yeah, we'll get you first edition one. So I bought that, already had it. And my manager bought one of those Bronco, like Raptor ones, like that one when it came out.
Yes, sir.
And it was that, that whatever they call it, like space blue or some Ford color.
Yeah.
And
Space blue.
so I'm like, I'm feeding. This was last Christmas, and my wife was out somewhere. I was feeding my son at the dinner table in our house, and I can like see our gate.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, why's my manager pulling up in his Bronco? It's just the same as his. Like it was blue, the wide, the Raptor package. And he would like never show up at my house unannounced,
Right.
And so I was like, man, this is kind of weird that he would show up in his thing. So he walks in.
Yeah.
I figured I'm like, well, I guess he's giving me a Christmas present or whatever.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he's like, throws me the keys to this thing. And I was like, are you giving me your car, dude? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, Garth bought you this. And I was like,
Garth Brooks?
yeah. And I was like, why?
What?
I was like, why?
Did you know him?
So not really.
Whoa.
To be honest.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so I'm like, what? I'm like, why is it? What's it like for what?
What do I have to do
I'm like,
sexually for this?
Yeah. I'm like, this is a $90,000 car, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And they were like, so I guess it had been maybe a year and a half before that, he got inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
And they did it at the Ryman, and it was like, all these people came and like you picked your favorite song that Garth has written. So not every Garth song, he didn't write all of them. So you had to pick one that he wrote. So his team asked me to come and be one of the people that sang a song at this thing. Mine was actually The Beaches of Cheyenne, which is like, it was a hit, but it wasn't like a super hit. And so he was like, yeah, this is for you coming and singing that one song at this thing.
Really?
And I was like,
oh my God, did
That's
he give
so classic.
I was
did he
like,
give
he must have bought 10.
everyone who sang?
well, so here's the thing. I guess he had called my manager like the following week, or his manager or something was like, what is Luke like? And he was like, oh, he likes cars, or he has a Bronco and he likes Fords and stuff. And he was like, well, I'm going to order him a Bronco Raptor. Well, I guess they were on hold or something. So it took like a year to get it in.
Oh my God.
Oh my
And so
God.
I didn't talk to him from that night until that thing showed up in my house. Obviously, I called him, and then I had it painted.
That's
So it was-
unbelievable.
Okay, I have so many follow-up questions.
Yeah.
How many people came out to perform songs for that night for him?
Probably like, it had to be at least 8 to 10.
Okay.
I haven't heard of anyone else. I haven't asked.
What
That's
if
what
they're
I-
like,
I-
I like keychains.
Yeah, like be careful what you tell people you like. I like Arby's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess tell people you like cars.
Yeah.
I like houses.
I like,
People
yeah,
get you
exactly. I
that.
like huge houses. It's like weird. I'm really into them.
I love planes.
Yeah.
Planes are cool.
You seen a plane?
Have
Planes
you
are
seen
fun.
a G5 airplane? Those
Yeah.
are so cool. Yeah, I love those.
That's so generous.
Yeah,
and
it was
kind.
wild. Like I called him and I was like, hey man, I was like, you didn't have to do this, dude. Like I was like, man, it was like Tuesday night and I was like home.
Yeah.
I was like, I drove 20 minutes and I was there for less than an hour, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's not- he's like, yeah, but you could have went out and you could have booked your own show that night and, made this much money or whatever. And I was
Wow,
like,
what a stand-up guy.
I was just kind of floored by that, to be honest. I was
You
like, man,
must
that's-
find out if he ended up buying like 9 cars.
We
that
should
night.
definitely find out because I don't know.
Okay, so Luke, there's a lot going on for you and I as I
Yeah.
researched you today. Number one, first and foremost, and I have a long history, well documented. I have 2 favorite cities in America,
Okay.
Austin and Asheville.
Okay.
And so you're first brought home as a little baby to Huntersville?
Yes. Yeah,
And
just
that's a
outside-
Charlotte suburb?
Yes, just outside of Charlotte. Yeah.
Okay, and what did mom and dad do there?
Dad was a maintenance man for First Union Bank.
Okay.
No longer around.
Uh-huh.
And mom was she was working HR at First Union at the time.
Did they meet at First Union?
I don't believe so, actually.
Okay.
So mom was actually she was working in their corporate office. So they
Mhm.
weren't like working at branches. They had they were in the big skyscraper downtown.
Like a
My
headquarter
dad
of it.
was. My dad's like down in the basement, workshop, maintenance man.
Yeah.
And mom was out at their satellite, like their headquarters. Doing
Quick
HR.
question about dad.
Yeah.
What's the most insane story he ever came home with? Like someone put a boot in the toilet or did anyone fuck anything up in a massive way?
Nothing much in Charlotte because when we moved, I was like 7.
Mhm.
So then when we got to Asheville, he was maintenance for Centura Bank.
Okay.
And he was employed by a company called CB Richard Ellis, which was a independent contractor for. So he drove to all the small communities in Western North Carolina that had branches of Centura.
Uh-huh.
And he was like the one guy that would go fix everything. So he go from Asheville and he'd drive 2 hours to Spruce Pine, fix the air conditioner, or
Uh-huh.
call the guy that fixes the air conditioner. It was like 10 or 12 different cities that he would travel to every day, pretty much.
Whoa.
So he can do everything, is my assumption.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, he wasn't doing he had to subcontract out like air conditioning stuff, like
Yeah.
HVAC stuff he did.
Yeah.
Then he was making keys. I mean, he would come home and make keys and
Yeah.
changing locks. It was all kind of stuff.
Because my best friend from childhood, he managed like 10 or 12 different places over the course of 10, 12 years. He started as a roofer, but by the time he finished that job, he did absolutely everything because he'd show up at these places and he'd just have to figure it out.
Yep. It's just like, this is fine. So I got to drive 3 hours to fix this toilet. 'Cause
Yeah.
nobody that works at the bank knows how to unclog
Plunge
the
a toilet.
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of, it was that kind of stuff.
Did mom also get a job in Asheville?
Yeah. So she stayed with First Union. She just transferred. She's transferred to Asheville when my dad came up. So mom actually took the transfer job, I believe, and then dad found his job once we got up there.
Okay. Then was she the breadwinner?
I mean, I don't know that either of them really were.
They were pretty equal.
I mean, it was like, I would say between the two of them, they probably made $60,000 a year.
Right. But you're born in 1990?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I do think increasingly,
Young buck.
you're 3 years older, man.
That's so
You're fucking
sad.
way older.
You gotta go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this has been really nice, but getting that
Thanks for
fucking
coming, but
souped
you
up-
do gotta go.
Getting that souped up Raptor and
Yeah.
get out of here. I didn't
Yeah.
tell you, but I have a Raptor R.
So it's the F-150.
It's the F-150.
Yeah.
But the R has the V8 instead of the V6, supercharged. It's heaven.
That sounds awesome.
We got to get you in one of those.
Yeah,
I'm going to buy you one of those for
Oh
Give me
my
one.
doing
God.
this.
Give me one,
doing
dude.
this
Give me
episode.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Your manager's going to be rolling up again soon.
You're just gonna collect so many cars.
Well, it's funny. I have I think about people are like, oh, you got car. Like I wouldn't really consider myself a super car guy.
Yeah, I
to
was
be
gonna ask that.
really honest.
Yeah.
Like obviously, that was a gift.
Yeah.
Like something I never would have bought myself. I mean, the most expensive car I've ever bought myself is
A Bugatti
No,
Veyron,
no.
which is on.
no. That's like I've got a 1986 Toyota SR5. It was before it was the Tacoma.
Okay.
I've got one of
because
those.
that was your high school truck?
No, just
Oh,
thought
just
it
got
looked
it.
sweet. It was like 12 grand.
Yeah.
I got a 84 Chrysler LeBaron.
You might be the only person with weirder taste than me.
Chrysler
Because
LeBaron.
LeBaron, all
Yep.
praise be to
Yep.
Chrysler. That is the shittiest car that's ever been made.
It's got my father-in-law put bullhorns on the front of it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
So-
why not? It's a piece
Yeah,
of shit. Do
dude,
whatever you want.
And it's clean, dude. It had like 14,000 miles on it.
It
There's
did.
a lady that lived in like Palm Springs that owned it, California. So there's like,
Yeah.
it's in like
It's never rained.
Stayed in the garage.
Yeah.
It's never rained, and she only drove it like to church.
If you are driving, whatever the thing you just said, a
LeBaron.
Bugatti. No, no.
Bugatti.
Keith Urban.
Okay, I was going to ask. I was
Keith
like,
Urban's
if
the sports car guy.
He's who I look up.
he-
The Pagani, like he's rolling up in the Pagani. Bro,
He's
dude,
fucking spreading
you
it
never
around.
know what he's
Okay.
rolling.
Wow.
You'll be at the CMAs and it's like old Bronco, old F-250, $3 million Pagani. Oh yeah, it's like new 250.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like
are all y'all like, yeah, he's
I
married to
roll-
Hollywood.
oh, no, yeah. That's what I was going to ask. Is it like kind of like, oh, that's like,
Passe.
that's eye
no,
rolly.
dude, because Keith is the nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
He's also Australian. That kind of gets him out of anything.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
he's
that's
like
true, yeah.
so much cooler than anyone else too. Like you see him, you're like, fuck, that guy's cool, dude.
He's a
Like, just
sweetheart.
cool, dude.
But if it wasn't him, if you're at a restaurant and you saw that parked, does it read douchey, those types of cars here?
I think it. I think here Nashville's such a quote unquote newer city for
Mhm.
like people with money,
Yeah, exactly.
and country music's never really been that like. I think about the old country stars and the cars they had. It was Cadillacs. Like it was like, have you seen the car in the Hall of Fame? That's like, it's all the whole center console's a saddle.
Oh,
And it's got,
Oh my
it's
God.
all covered in like silver dollars. The door handles on it, I can't remember. I think it might have been Webb Pierce's car. And it was like, the door handles are Colt revolvers
Oh
that
my
are like welded onto the
God.
frame, dude. It's
$1
like,
million
but it's
Cadillac.
like, that's the kind of stuff that was going on here.
Right, exactly.
I just don't know that in Nashville that's ever been a thing. So it's hard to
Yeah.
say.
The flex is your bus, I think, back then. There's other ways to flex.
Yeah, it was. And then like guys that had a planes back then, I feel like was a big.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that owns a plane. To me, owning the plane is the worst investment of all time.
Yeah,
It might as well just flush money down the toilet. It's
exactly.
like, you
In
know,
fact, I just read an article. It was like people who think they can be in the private flight business versus what amount of money you'd actually need, where it really would make no difference. And it's in the hundreds of millions
before it's like a non-consequential amount of money. Like
Exactly.
you have to be literally a billionaire to like really afford a plane. I feel like.
when you look at your statement at the end of the month, you have to notice no movement after buying a $55 million
You're
Gulfstream.
not like, ooh, man, that was like a percentage of. It can't be a percentage of your net worth to
That's
get a plane.
right. You're savvy. You're only 35,
yeah,
but you're with
35.
it. You get it.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I just think there's no. I mean, it's like I lease. The bus is a lease. Like my bus is not a big lavish. I've had the same bus for 5 years now,
But
probably.
you have a hot tub in it, I heard. That's pretty
No
lavish.
hot tub,
You
no
also have
hot
a
tub.
card room, I heard.
For a card
you have
room,
a bar. You have
Yeah.
a full bar.
I got my bedroom in the back, bathroom, and then I got bunks, and that's really it, dude. It's
Who's in the
not-
bunks? Your
So
boys?
bunks, my assistant is my best friend from high school.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So he lives here with his wife and kids, and he comes on the road, and then
He's in the bunk.
so it's him and my personal security guy,
Okay.
who only ever comes out when we're on the road. So he's
I would like to challenge that guy.
okay.
Last man standing
Like
it
MMA
becomes
style?
your security. Because
Okay.
I can't play anything, but I do want to be
Sure.
on tour for a while. And I feel like if I could
I mean,
be
you
in,
just come out, have to
but
like,
I want to be in the bunk and I want to have a role. So I do want to be looking for snipers and
You'd
stuff.
be vibe guy.
Vibe guy.
Yeah, we don't have a vibe guy. We just need a vibe
Set the
guy.
tone.
like a
Kind of like a
hype
hype man.
man?
No, just vibe guy.
Okay.
Like you're around and you're like, man, this guy's chilling hard. I like this guy.
Right. He's kind of
You know,
anchoring the whole.
Like maybe you're the first, like you're the tip of the spear of like if we have guests out and they're like, dude, Dax Shepard's just chilling hard, dude. This is gonna be a fun time out here.
if that's a role that's
Vibe guy,
open,
dude. Yeah, it's vibe guy.
I'm
Yeah.
1,000%
Yeah,
in.
vibe guy, dude. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Asheville. So 7 years old, you moved there. Do you have siblings?
No, only child.
Oh,
Okay.
Only child.
We don't get many.
Yeah, there's not
I
a
like
lot.
that,
going around here.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
wild.
do you do weird only child shit? Like my wife, who it's tricky
Don't
because
say she's an
I
only
know she'll
child.
kill
She
me. She
doesn't
does
like
have
that.
sisters, but she saw them on the weekends. They were
Right.
from
Right.
her dad's second marriage.
Mhm.
She's very only child.
Yeah.
And our friend Eric, who's here right now, he's only child too.
Yeah.
Both of those two, they'll be like a party and they'll go upstairs and read a book. And they don't even care.
Oh no, I'm a friends guy. Dude.
Okay.
I'm in the mix because I'm like I feel like you can go kind of two ways on the only child thing.
Yeah.
And mine was
You were craving.
I craved so I have a ton of friends. And the only child thing was not like my parents wanted one kid. It was like they were being financially responsible and they're like, we can only afford to have one.
And let's be honest, we can't afford you.
Yeah, they were like, really, you're putting a bit of a strain on us as is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of really, really close friends, man. I still do,
So you were always a social kid and you got along with everybody.
For sure.
Yeah. So what was elementary and junior high like for you?
Like if you came into the class, it would be like least likely to succeed guy would have probably been me. Because you've just been like, look at this guy. He's not going to do anything.
Well, you said, I heard you on 60 Minutes saying you were lazy when you were younger.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
Yes. Massively lazy.
And what do we think that's about?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I think there's some innateness to it.
Well, like just genetic.
But obviously you're not.
I had this thing I taught my business manager is a really close friend of mine. And, I mean, he obviously wasn't before he was my business manager. I didn't know him.
Yeah. If there's ever a role to assign to a friend from childhood, business manager's not it. No, lawyer's manager's not it. No, no, manager's not it. Surgeon.
Yeah, it's not it, but we've gotten really close over the years and I still sometimes feel that way. I fight the feeling of like feeling that way, and he's like, it's insane that you still kind of feel like you're lazy or whatever, like given what you've achieved and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like, okay, maybe I'll rephrase it. Not that I feel like I'm lazy, but and this is also going to sound insane. And it's like, I feel like I haven't done anything hard. Does that make sense?
Sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Like music is not hard to me to do. Like it is not hard to go write songs and sing them and play shows. Like, I mean, we're not busting up concrete here, dude. Like, what are we talking about? Just for some reason, it was like, I mean, obviously, I didn't finish college. I was, a semester and a half away from finishing that. I was like, wow, this is hard, so I'm out,
right.
kind of thing. I was
see
like,
what you
yeah.
mean.
But I was also getting into music, so I was like, well, this seems to be working out good. And I'm like making more money than I made at both. I was working 2 jobs,
Yeah.
And that was like, it's weird because, working 2 jobs, that's, sucks, and being in college. I mean, obviously that's hard, but I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So maybe I've just always chased like enjoyment to some extent.
Well, it sounds like maybe nothing turned you on. You weren't really on fire for anything. And then when you found the thing you were on fire for, you showed up and you did all the things you had to do. That's a very ADHD thing I've heard.
Yeah. I sang forever. I always sang. And
when did it start?
I mean, as soon as I could talk.
You were singing.
It was just like a natural thing that I
born to do.
Liked it, to do it. I didn't know I was any good until probably high school.
Because you were in choir, you were in church choir, you were in music.
Yeah, I did it all. Yeah.
You did like the play at school and stuff?
Yep, I did all those. I did 4 years of that.
And how big is the school in Asheville? Because it's a tiny town. I have some fantasy where going to school there might have been a little more peaceful than other places.
It very much was. So we went to like this, and we didn't know it at the time, but like, I remember when me and my wife got married and we didn't have any kids yet, and we weren't expecting. And then I'm like, our kids go to public school. Yeah. And she was like, no. And I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, well, she went to private Catholic school. And so I'm like, why not? I'm like, public school rocks, dude. Like there's all kind of different people and stuff.
You learn to deal with every kind of person.
I'm like, it's great. So the school I went to is a 4A school. I think the enrollment's probably, I don't know, like my graduating class was 400.
Well,
maybe.
that's a good size.
Just a decent size.
Yeah.
Decent size.
Like I don't know if 1,200 kids in the school.
They might be 3A now, but at the time they were 4A. And
I don't know that terminology. Do you?
Yeah, yes, my school is 5A.
Yes. Where'd you go to school?
Georgia.
Okay. Let's say North Carolina doesn't have any 5A schools.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What is 5A?
It's basically like the size of the school.
It's a classification. So I believe now there's some 7A schools now in like Texas and Florida.
Whoa.
So here's my question. Why do we need the A? If A is consistent throughout all these, why don't we just go a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, or a 7?
No, it probably means, I don't know what A stands for. I'm going to have to look it up for the fact check.
You know, I sound like a real Yankee right now trying to figure this out.
But that is the thing. It's like, so that's how they classify, like, like our school was a good football school, and so it's like when you go to the playoffs, you only play other teams of that size.
Right.
So you only play
talent
other
pool.
4A teams or other 5A teams or other 3A
That
teams.
makes sense of why.
That's why
Yeah,
they're
it's
gonna
sports.
classify it.
Actually, you're right. It's kind of based on
sports.
that.
It's
yeah.
basically based off of
Football.
the 6A team's not going to play the 1A team for the
Yes.
state championship because it's not fair, dude. Because there's
Right.
400 kids in this school and there's 5,000 kids in
Yeah,
this
one's
school.
a university and one's
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yours was a good size school.
It was good size, and I didn't know this at the time, but like we had like state of the art like performing arts center at my school too.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense for Asheville. For people who have not been there, it's an incredibly
Yeah.
artistic, hippie-like
Yes.
little
Yeah.
beautiful town.
But our school was not in downtown. I'd say downtown is that for sure, that vibe. There's obviously a lot of like outdoorsy, free spirit people that flock to that.
Subaru drivers.
My mom had a Subaru.
There you
A lot
go.
of Subarus
Yeah,
floating
yeah,
around.
yeah.
A lot of Subarus. And so my freshman year, man, they opened up a whole performing arts wing of our high school.
Wow.
So so my band
that's
teacher and my chorus teacher were married.
Oh.
And they met in college or something. And so they taught there forever. They're retired now.
Yeah.
But I'm still in touch with them. They come to at least a show a year.
Oh, that's
So he was my
lovely.
music theory teacher, the band director. And
Uh-huh.
then my course teacher was like, she was like my second mom at school, dude.
Yeah.
They forced me out of my laziness in my pursuit of music.
Uh-huh.
They weren't like, oh, you're so good. Like they weren't those people.
Yeah.
They were like, hey man, like you're fucking up. Like, what are you doing? So like my senior year, I was like, I'm not going to do the musical this year. Okay. So you have to like, if you wanted to be a quote unquote lead in the musical, right? Like there was auditions. Obviously had to audition to be in the musical. You had to have some level of talent,
Yeah.
but like to do the acting,
Yeah.
like the main role thing, there was like these specialized auditions. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
For the scenes.
I was like, man, I just don't want to like, that sounds like a whole thing. Like I'm just not in. And I was like, I'm just not going to do it this year. You know, I was like, and they were like, okay, well, whatever. So just don't do it, you know? And I'm like, okay. It's like,
You
you
were
were expecting that answer. Like, you know what I mean?
You wanted them to fight for it.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So
Yeah.
my first 3 years, we had a drama teacher that had been there for 25 or 30 years. And my senior year, we got a new drama teacher. Our former teacher retired. So we had this new woman who had come in, kind of like fresh out of college gal. And it was going to be obviously her first play. And so it came down to the day of auditions. And I went to my course teacher and I was like, I think I screwed up by not wanting to do this, you know? And she was like, yeah. She's like, you're telling me. She's like, it's too late now. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're not going to let me try out, you know? And she's like, it's not up to me, pal. Like, you're going to have to go down and talk to the drama teacher. Like, I
Sweet
didn't know
talk.
her at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's like, you need to go down there, walk down to her class after school today and have a conversation with her. And then it's up to her. Like, I'm not going to call her and say, this guy needs to do it. Nothing. Like, if she wants you to do it, you can do it. And if she doesn't want you to do it, too
Tough
bad.
shit.
You should have signed up.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she let me do it. I ended up getting the lead role.
You did?
And and people were
How'd the
mad,
acting
dude.
part go for you?
Nah, it's all right. You know,
It's okay.
It's not my
You
thing.
got through it.
It's not my thing. Yeah.
That's almost better in some weird way if you're watching a musical
Yeah.
and he's not very good as an actor for a while and you're kind of like you've given up on him and then the song comes on and then he
Yeah.
fucking blows your hair back and you're like, hold on now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might have been that fun experience of like,
Yeah, it was, but it was, I still don't feel like I have much memory of like doing like the lines thing. Like it would still give me as much anxiety now as it did then. Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, how am I ever going to remember all this stuff?
Yeah.
Obviously I did it.
Yeah.
There's there's a DVD of it somewhere at my parents' house. It's
Yeah.
the whole thing, you know?
Rob, start the performance, put it on.
But it's, that was, I'm glad they did that. They always push me to, to strive for, to keep going with music.
But at none of this,
That's
it doesn't sound like it during any of this period. You haven't set your sights on this at all.
No.
Because you go to college and you study business for a minute and
Yep.
then
Criminal justice. Yep.
criminal
Oh, wow.
justice.
Yep.
You want to be a homicide detective.
I did, yeah. Me and my dad always watched Cops, man, and like First 48, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. I was always just intrigued by it,
Yeah.
And I remember asking my course teacher in my senior year, like my last semester of high school. So I was in chorus every day of high school. So a fourth of my entire high school career was spent in chorus class, right?
Yeah.
So then my last semester, First period was chorus. Last period, I was Miss Bryant's teacher assistant. And that was her period where she didn't have a class.
Right.
So I'm just like making copies, which was awesome because I didn't have to like be in class. But it was also like, she never really gave me the like preferential treatment of like, oh, well, just do whatever you want. Do your homework. It was
Right,
like, no,
right.
you're gonna
It wasn't
like,
an independent study for you.
yeah,
It was an
she was like,
assistant
no,
job.
you're gonna be my assistant, like doing stuff. Like, I'm gonna go eat lunch or whatever, and you're gonna be printing out lesson plans. And I was like, oh, brutal, you know. I signed up to something like, oh, this will be cake. Dude, she'll just let me do whatever. You know? Didn't happen. Yeah. And so we do that. I remember asking her like, hey, should I do music in college? You know?
Yeah.
And I've always hated like the technical side of music, like
learning to read music and
like
stuff.
I'm just not very good at it. I don't take to it well.
Yeah.
You know, the theory part was always really confusing to me.
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world. So that stuff is math has never been real easy for me either. And there's some it's the same part of the brain to me that's doing music theory and math. And it's like, that's always been my complete worst subject. So music theory was always really difficult. And she told me, don't do music if you can see yourself doing anything else. And so I took that very literally because I'm thinking like, oh, well, she means like being a music teacher, which is obviously not what I wanted to do at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never going to be a choir director or like a band teacher. Like that's just not what I'm going to do. So that was my cue to just go, well, I'm just not going to do music. Because also like,
it's an interesting test she put in front of you.
Yeah, I love that.
For sure.
You probably interpreted that, or maybe you did, as like, oh, I guess I shouldn't do it.
For sure.
Where she was like, there's only one answer to this question. If you don't have that answer, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, if you have to do it, you will do it.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, now it definitely is, you know? And I think, you know, at the time it wasn't like, you know, I guess just growing up, you know, in a decently small town with, you know, blue collar parents, and you're not like, well, maybe I'll be Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
No, same.
You don't even think of it. It's not even it's like saying you're going to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not going to happen. I just wanted to like pay bills. I just thought like you had to like kind of hate your job.
Yes.
And like you kind of had to like, I just thought that was what life kind of was like. It was like, oh, cool. Like my parents work. They hate their job.
They work for the weekends and
they work for the weekends and they take care of me. And that's just what life is going to be like. And that's just how it is because I didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you now think you aren't doing anything hard because that was your idea of hard, like not liking it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like not liking it was my version of like, well, I got to do something I don't like because that's just how life is.
Right.
I have the same thing. When Kristen and I first walked through this house, we were like, we're just taking it in. And I said out loud a couple times, like, I just didn't work hard enough for this.
Sure.
It's hard for me to integrate this because I should have a lot more calluses and I should have a lot more body injuries and I should I should be 68.
Yeah. No,
and it's confusing because no one got to fast pass like I got to. It's weird. It's like, it's complicated.
There's a lot of guilt associated with it for sure.
You know, all these great people you grew up with. Like when I'm looking at the house and it's like, I can think of 6 or 7 dads that killed themselves and they couldn't get this. And I'm like, God, those guys were better than I am. You know, they worked harder and they were tougher and they went through more. And how did I? Yeah, I feel a lot of guilt about it.
I do too. Because so we have a close group of guys from back home that we text every day pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, there's like 10 of us maybe.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how rare that was until my wife was like, you have 10 friends from high school that you still talk to like every day and you guys been playing fantasy football together for 15 years. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's just not normal, you know?
By the way, I'm going to be saccharine right now. That's weirdly the biggest gift in your life. It's not even the success and the money.
Without a doubt.
Because I know a lot of rich, lonely people, and that's the big win right there.
Yeah, but I feel the same way. It's like, so my buddies, like, I mean, one of them's a pharmacist, one of them's a doctor, one of them's a CPA, you know, like they've all got MBAs and doctorates. And they're all
they work their ass off.
Oh, dude, it's like I would have been the most scum guy.
They would have been buying your dinner every time you went out.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I see those guys like, man, they went to school for a decade. And it's like, I got all this stuff from like just doing what I like to do. And like, you feel real guilty about it.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
There's no sympathy for it either.
No.
Man,
Right.
I feel real bad for you in your big nice house.
You're having a hard time integrating your mansion into your.
right.
I wish you luck with that, brother.
Yeah, it really is, man. It's a crazy.
Well,
thing.
but by the way, let's talk about that because that's interesting because it's kind of a double whammy because you feel this guilt, and then you have exactly what you just said, which is, and then you feel guilty for even having that problem or being guilty about it. Yeah, there's just like layers of madness in your head about this thing that is what you dreamt about and what you want and should be this great.
Yeah, because you feel like if you really if you're, or at least I do, if I buy into it, like if I'm like, oh man, my life's great and I have all this great stuff and I deserve all this stuff, then you feel like kind of a bad person a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a dick. Like if I'm like, if I am like, look at, I got this great house, then I'm a dick.
I think for me, the fear is it'll all go away. The second I think I deserve all this,
for sure,
I'll find out real quick I didn't. So it's like there's superstition too, that the shoe will drop the second I think I deserve this.
I think it's just being appreciative is the thing. That's the answer to me. It's always just been like, and giving back to people, man.
Yes.
It's like
helping other people.
The only thing you can do, man, is trying to like give stuff to people who don't have as much as you, and just being thankful that you're in the position you're in. I mean, that's always been my answer to it.
Yeah, I mean, this concept of deserving is very silly, right? Like no one deserves anything. No one deserves the good stuff and no one deserves the bad stuff.
That's without a doubt.
So it's just like it's not an appropriate word. I think you're right. Like just having gratitude for the things that have come your way and just be like, oh my God, what a gift.
Yeah.
And then giving back. We were just talking about this recently. Like the only thing that I feel actually like I can feel about money is when you give it away. Having money feels good because you can help other people.
Yeah, you can help other people without a doubt.
Yeah. You almost got to train your brain though to recognize that.
For sure. I mean, I've always been a big, like, I'd rather give a gift than get one. I mean, even when I was younger, when you're a kid, you love getting gifts because you're a kid, right?
Yeah,
like,
you love stuff.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, man, once I got older, I was like, dude, I don't even want any gifts, dude. Like, let me give you a gift. That would be a bigger gift to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather see somebody get something.
Okay, we got to go through a little bit of your stellar career. So while you're in college, you start bouncing at a bar.
Wait, what college? I need to know.
Appalachian State.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Where's that at? Is that North Carolina?
It's about an hour and a half from Asheville.
Okay.
It's in like, they would consider it the high country is what they call it.
Okay.
So it's like higher elevation than Asheville.
Oh, real quick. Did you ever go on Sliding Rock or Looking Glass Falls?
A million times, dude. Yeah.
What a party.
Times. Yeah. A million times.
I have such a sweet spot for Asheville. I used to go there to do rewrites for movies, and I brought my 3-year-old there, and I took her to Sliding Rock, and we did it together. And I was
so
like,
fun, dude. Sliding Rock's so cool.
Is it a big rock that you slide on?
Yeah, it's like in the river, and you just.
it's like a 1/4-mile long slab.
And it's just like no bumps somehow.
Yeah,
it's just
fun.
like.
The last drop off, if you're 3, is something, but it's
for
fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Generally safe. Yeah.
So you're bouncing at this place.
Mhm.
Was it the kind of place you ever had to do anything?
It's really more deal with, college egos. I mean, Boone's like mini Asheville, man. Like it's very outdoorsy. The population of the town doubles when school's in.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just all crunchy kids, man. Like it's like kids that want to snowboard and fly fish and kayak and hike, and like it's a super outdoorsy.
A lot of Subarus probably still there.
A lot of Subarus there too. Yeah, very much so.
You get to perform there a little bit, and then you have your first actual show shortly after that, right?
It was while I was there. Yeah, it was the Parthenon Cafe was the name of it. Boone's Finest Greek
That's your
restaurant.
Bluebird.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my Grand Ole Opry at the time. No longer there. R.I.P.
Oh, bummer.
It's no longer there.
And did it feel right immediately?
It was really good. So we went. I had been messing around with it, filming little covers in my apartment for, I don't know, maybe 6 months at that time.
And putting them on YouTube?
Putting them on Facebook, YouTube, whatever was around then. And then, so I felt like I was ready. Like, man, I felt like I could do a show, like, I feel like you just got to go do it. You know, you just got to go do it at some point. So I asked the bar owner, actually where I was bouncing at, which was a different bar, was like, hey man, can I do a show here? And he was like, he's like, we don't do any live music because there's apartments upstairs. So it was a little mini strip mall, 3 buildings.
Yeah.
There was the bar I worked in, a tanning salon, and a Domino's Pizza. And there were 7 apartments.
You could have a nice day
On
on
top.
that.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, get your hair
7
did.
apartments on top. And he was like, well, you can't do any music here because of the apartments upstairs, like in our lease, that we can't do live music.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I live in the apartments.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I was like, I
I'm
know
I can
everyone
go
that
door
lives
to
up there, dude.
door.
Like, we'd all be down here.
Yeah.
And he was still kind of worried about it and didn't want to do it. And dude, me and him are still in touch to this day too. But so I played rugby in college. So we hung out at a different bar, which was Parthenon. And the owner of Parthenon his name was Nick. And he was like, wow, this wild card Greek guy, man. Like, just didn't give a fuck about anything.
Sure,
He was
sure.
just like wild guy, man. You know, he'd let us just do whatever, man. And so I asked him, I was like, hey man, can I do a show here? He's like, yeah, just put it on the calendar. There was just like a calendar on the wall.
Yeah.
So I just went and like wrote it on there.
You can put
So-
anything. We're doing a truck pull in here
I
on
feel like
Thursday.
people could have just came and wrote anything. And that's what would have been going on there. But it worked out, man. I charged $1 a ticket and I made $200, man. 200 people came.
Oh, that's incredible.
And, I mean, it was not a place that could fit 200 people. So
Sure.
what I did was that I took that show, because Parthenon wasn't a place where it was very like dependent on the day kind of place. Like if there was a football game, slammed. It was Friday night, slammed. Saturday night, slammed. It was like grimy in the best way. It wasn't like, it's like you just get wings and you get $5 pitcher of whatever's it left in the beer lines from the weekend before. And like, that was just the vibe there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of structure going on, but the place that I lived above and then the place that I worked at was a newer place. And it was more like, there was a local contingency, but there's also a really big student contingency too. So the owner was a local guy, so everybody he knew would come there and support his business, and then the kids loved it too. Anytime there's something new in Boone, kids were like, "Fuck yeah, we love that place. That's a new place. Let's go."
Yeah.
So I went back to him when I went back to work. I was like, "Hey man, I just played across the street." I mean, they couldn't have been. I mean, if there's a chance you could throw a football, to them. You couldn't see one from the other, but that's how small Boone is, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I played over there on Wednesday night and 200 people came. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, so I'll just keep doing that or I'll do it here.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's do it here. And so
Oh, wow. You leveraged your way into
So then I played there every Thursday.
every Thursday.
I mean, over a year. I mean, and I think, it's been one of my biggest assets is by the time I moved to Nashville, I'd played literally hundreds of shows,
Right.
By the time we're booking, we were booking shit as a band, it was just my name. So, I mean, I was cold calling places and getting shows. We're traveling all over North Carolina. We're starting to go to East Tennessee. We're going northern South Carolina. And then all of a sudden, dude, we were playing at minimum 3 shows a week, sometimes 5 shows a week.
Wow.
In a town that's really small.
Yeah.
So then we booked a place called Gino's, and I believe that was every Wednesday. So we did Wednesday Gino's, Thursday Tavern, every other Friday at the Rock, every Sunday at Loon's Barbecue.
You're a full-time musician.
Right.
Pretty much. And, and I'd pretty much like dropped out of school at that point. So I lived in Boone for a year just doing music.
Yeah. Were you having any problem doing 3-4 shows
Not
a week
really.
with your
I was
voice?
smoking cigarettes then too.
Yeah.
So it was like that.
You're getting drunk a lot or?
Not a
too
ton.
bad.
Probably I'd say at least once a week for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's not your thing. You don't struggle with that at all, huh?
No. It's never been something I don't understand whatever that thing is, I don't have.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like, throw a
lucky.
couple of hamburgers down here, we got a whole nother problem.
We got a new animal.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so we we start doing that, and I'm realizing like, man, it's like now Town Tavern's like, dude, there's lines to get in every Thursday, dude. Like you can't get in this place, man. It's like it's packed, you know. And so we're doing that every bar, man, and people are coming to see us because we're the only gig in town, really.
Yeah. And you're building a whole fan base.
Yeah. So then we've got a Facebook page going. I'm doing cold calls where we're riding around in my bass player's Chevy Avalanche to gigs out of town, and I'm making press kits and mailing those out to bars and other college towns in North Carolina, just anywhere that would book us, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This is the grimy good stuff that you'd miss out on if you just popped into American Idol and then had this record deal. This is the kind of groundlings, host your own shows.
This is the stuff I think right now it's kind of I mean, I think coming up that way, you know, obviously I had a lot of success on Vine around that time too, which was, you know, now defunct social media. You guys probably remember Vine.
Yeah. It was short video clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, you know, the new version of that is TikTok, right? And I think now a lot of that stuff's over.
Yeah, you can skip.
You skip all the steps. So, and not that that's good or bad. I mean, I think it's really great for the artist to have a platform like that. There's people that their first ever show they've done is in an arena on tour with someone.
Yeah, that's
and it's
crazy.
The moment is too big for you, man.
Yeah.
And not that there isn't people that rise above that.
Yeah.
For sure there is.
Yeah. But it's like having your first football game at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
That's too much.
Without a doubt.
First car race in
And then it's
Indianapolis.
like if you screw up, then people go, oh, well, you're not any good. And it's like, well, God, I just played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Of course I'm not any good.
Yeah.
Like when I started out, like, you know, we're doing, you know, radio, country radio is still really big. It was even bigger when I started and even bigger before that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you go and do all these, you know, events for the stations. And the thing they love to do is like guitar pulls. So they get, you know, it's a, you know, litany of like newer artists will come in and go, hey, we're in, you know, the St. Louis, you know, St. Jude Jam or what, it's like some kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
They book a nice theater somewhere in town and it could be like me, like the kind of usual suspects at my time be like me and Midland and Carly Pierce and like people that came up at the same time. It's usually people that are kind of in that same class, you know?
Yeah.
But then every once in a while you get thrown on, it's like, oh, well, Luke Bryan's in one. There'll be 5 of you, you're all on stage at the same time.
Oh.
And it's just you and a guitar.
Oh, wow.
Or you and one person playing guitar.
Oh.
And then so can you imagine being in that situation and you've got, you know, 250,000 TikTok followers and you've gotten a record deal and you come up and the guy that's played the song right before you is Chris Stapleton. And you've played 2 shows.
Yeah.
And also in your shows, you sing his songs.
For sure.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
for sure.
God.
Yeah,
But like that would be incredibly intimidating.
Yeah.
And it's nobody's fault. I mean, if anything, it's the industry's fault.
Yeah.
It's
you know,
the
for that
tech
happening.
industry's fault.
Well, the
Yeah,
market's
you know?
just driving it. You have this outlet.
Right.
You can
and
distribute.
fans want stuff. They want new stuff all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
They want
yeah.
to be able to see stuff all the time. And I think the most interesting conundrum for us as artists that at least has come, you know, in the recent years, let's say you're going to put a new song out and you're a new artist and you might make 20 TikToks that are just this one sound clip of this song, right? And you do the song over and over. It's like you lip singing it in your car and then it's you lip syncing it on with your dog. And it's like all these different things. And you just do that over and over. It's like fans, they want to hear new music, but they want to hear new music that they already have heard somehow. It's like, I want new
They
music.
want it to be new and familiar.
But I want to know that I like it before I've even listened to it somehow, which is in some ways an impossibility.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't do enough of the PR, enough of the promo, like your first week sales numbers are going to suffer. The fans aren't going to be as interested in it because they want to know, I already am going to like this.
It's also unfair because I think it leads to a lot of backlash. Like there's an artist right now, I won't say him. I feel like all of a sudden everyone like really doesn't like him anymore. Like there's all this backlash, and it's because he was thrust. In my opinion, it's because
He's
he was
also
thrust.
an incredibly talented guy, though.
He's unreal.
He's like Freddie Mercury. Dude.
Yes.
Like his voice is insane.
Oh, that's awesome to hear you say that.
His voice is insane. It's like ungodly.
Who
good.
hates him?
No, there's a whole
The internet.
Like,
It's
yes.
the internet.
It's like it's like coworker music. Like
Oh,
that's
that's
what they call it. It's
But
like a
I-
big thing, coworker music.
It's
yeah.
because, in my opinion, it's because he was everywhere all of a sudden, because that's kind of who you have to be now. You have to like put your songs in all these things and be in this and be in this and be in this. And then they're like, actually, too much of you, goodbye.
Well, this is Ed Sheeran, who you did a song with. We interviewed him in England, and he's like, yeah, man, in England, they love it. They love the rise. But man, once you're at the top, they have a pretty quick like, okay, we don't want this. There's some kind of sense of,
Sure.
okay, you're too big now, and we're mad about it.
Yep.
I remember Gerard, we just had Gerard Carmichael on, and he said something that I thought was really interesting. He was like, people don't respect you if they made you.
That was his explanation of like American Idol. It's like if they voted for you and they made you, they feel entitled to lead where you should be going
Yeah, or rip
artistically,
the
as opposed to
core.
if you
Right.
brought them along. It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a really international waters of like where like what happens next in the music industry. I think it's a very interesting time with like, you know, as like terrestrial radio is like obviously in country it's still huge,
Yeah.
but streaming has been such a huge push.
When I get in the car, I'm putting Spotify on. I'm
Right.
not combing through, I want
But-
to hear exactly what I want to hear, and I want to hear it
Yeah.
right now.
You don't hear new stuff. You aren't exposed to as many new things because you're like, oh, I just want to hear familiar stuff. It comes back to, I want to hear stuff I already
McDonald's.
know. I like.
I want to know I'm getting the same burger.
Right, because I'm in my car. I'm only drive 30 minutes a day, and for that 30 minutes, I don't want to have to risk listening to something I don't like. I want to listen to stuff that I already know that I like,
That's right.
Yeah.
and that's like a tough place to be as an artist. I remember when it was fun, like when someone put a new record, I'm like, what's going to be on it?
Yes, exactly.
What's going to be on? Is it going to be good or is it not going to be good?
When you get to Nashville, you start self-releasing some EPs, and then on your third one, I guess, Hurricane's on that,
Yep. It was just a single. It wasn't even an EP. It was just, I just put that one out.
and
So-
that one got 15,000 in 1 week.
Yeah, which was, I thought that was normal, by the way.
Okay.
I was like unaware that was good at all.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing as the public school thing.
Yeah.
This is a bubble that I know.
Yeah.
This must be how everything goes.
Yeah.
So like you start doing music, your shows are going really good.
There's lines out the door.
People always want to come and then they buy your music and that's how it happens for everybody. Right.
Yeah.
And so I get to town and I remember I mentioned it to somebody and they were like, how did it sell that much? I'm like, well, it just,
That's just what happened.
It's just
Because that's how songs
people thought
work.
it was good. So then people bought it. I think it's like how that happened, you know?
Which is like 10 years ago, maybe 2015.
Yeah,
for
probably
him.
2000. This would have been Hurricane went #1 in 2017. I put it out in 2015. Yeah, so
Right.
10 years ago.
It sounds like not, because it sounds like you were just, as you said, I put a song out and everyone listened to it. That's duh. So my guess is you didn't have this, but were you at all thinking like, I don't look like the prototypical country star?
Gosh, yeah, dude, for sure. Especially at that time.
Yeah.
Especially at that time, we're talking. We got, everybody was hot, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody was hot at that time.
Keith Urban's Hair's to Die
Bro,
For.
everybody. I mean,
Luke Bryan's a
FGL
fucking
guys,
babe.
FGL guys, Sam Hunt, Luke Bryan. It was
They're
like,
babes.
Bro, Chase Rice, he went to my high school. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
he's 5 years older than me. Yeah, but I mean, just 6'4", college football player. Like every guy had played college football and was like dieseled out, like just
Yeah.
good looking dudes, but I remember being like, it was like, man, this is going to be. And when I moved to Nashville, there was a lot of like, man, well, I don't know if the artist thing's going to work because you're just not what works,
Right.
And that was a big thing. But the guy that kicked that door open was Stapleton.
Mhm.
I mean, he was a bigger guy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you lived in Nashville, I mean, the guy was already a god before he ever got discovered. I mean, it was like he's got 200 and something cuts as a songwriter. He's the best voice ever.
Is he the
He's like-
king? You're among a few country people we've talked to. They all bring him
I'm
up.
dying to have him
Meet
on
him.
and talk to
He's
him.
I mean, he's just so talented. I mean, he's like Vince Gill or something. Like Vince Gill is just like A1 songwriter, A1 guitar player, A1 singer, A1 producer, like can just literally do it all. Like
Yeah.
there's not many guys that can truly do it all. You can't help but look up to
Admire
them. You can't, because you're just, it's like, I don't know, it's like watching, like if you're Clyde Drexler, like you're great. And then it's like Jordan shows up and you're kind of like, man, I'm good, but fuck, that guy's real good. You know what I mean? It's like, and not that, dude, if he was in it right now, I'd tell you I'm a better singer than him. But I'm not. But it's like you have to have that confidence, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there's just some guys.
Well, some people are undeniable. I mean, there's
it's just I mean, the talent
any-
level is just so high. Dude.
Yeah.
So back to knowing that at that time, people are like, "Look, man, you've got all the things, but you don't have the package that's going to work. That's going to sell millions of
Sure.
albums." How are you dealing with that
Yeah, that sounds
information?
tough.
Like, I'm just going to keep going. Because
Yeah.
probably now, if that teacher asks you the question, now you have the answer, which is like, I'm not going to do anything else. Whether that's the case or not.
Definitely. And I was that way then. I mean, here's my thing is I had so much confidence at that time in my ability, you know,
on stage.
Because like you're coming from Boone, right? So you're big fish, small pond, right?
Yeah.
So I had made 1 or 2 trips to Nashville and met some people and, you know, written some songs with folks and stuff. And then when I got here, I was like, dude, and this is not a cockiness thing. This is a true like gamer mentality for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, these people can't hang with me, dude.
Yeah.
Like I would get in rounds and I'm like, dude, I will sing this guy out. I mean, he won't even show up.
Yeah.
But it was like it's never a competition.
I think that's good.
But it was just like a confidence in like, I won't be denied because I feel like I have the ability, like, okay, I can play in the league.
Yeah.
It's like you get in the NFL all of a sudden and you're like, I don't know, it's pretty good. I played at a smaller college, but I feel like I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, at least once we get on the field, you know, maybe I don't have the combine numbers. Maybe I don't have the combine numbers that this other guy has.
Yeah.
But put me in the A gap and he's on the other side and I'm coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm walking out, he's not, kind of thing. And that was a little bit of my mindset when I got here. But also, I was already so happy with everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm living in Nashville. I'm not having to work.
You're making a living.
Making enough money with no publishing deal, no record deal, writing songs 5 times a week, getting better every day, like making progress. I mean, I'm paying all my bills. And to me, that was the definition of making it, man.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to be happy with doing what I wanted to do.
If you can support yourself doing something you love, forget it.
That was it. Dude.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, well, man, this is my cheat code. Like, I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I live in a nice apartment in Hermitage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's like, what's better than this, man? Like, I get to write songs all the time, sing all the time. I got great friends. You know, people seem to, you know, I feel like I fit into the thing, you know, like people, you know, want to write with me or whatever. And again, that's a very intoxicating time, like you talked about earlier. And so for me, I just wanted to make a living doing music.
You had probably already accomplished kind of the standard of living your parents had raised you under.
Definitely.
So you're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, this is fine, dude.
Yeah,
like I can do this, no problem, you know? Like there's no debt collectors calling me. Like this is all good.
Yes. So Hurricane kind of blows up, and then from this, Sony does sign you, and then they release this one's for you.
They passed me the first time.
Oh, they did.
I always call it the Nashville no, which is like, well, we'll be in touch, which is just
we're not going to be in touch.
We're not going to be in touch, which is, you know, I wish that's a Southern thing. It's like, just tell me no. I'd rather just hear no. You know?
We'll be in touch. And by that, I mean, we will not be in touch.
By that, I mean, it's a no for us. Right.
Okay. So what happens though is Sony does sign you and then they release this album, and this album stays at #1 for 44 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
It's a little shocking that you're not completely fucked up because you release your song on your own and 15,000 people get it in a week. You're like, yeah, of course. And then you do your first studio album and it's like, it's fucking #1 for 44 weeks. You could have gotten, this is where I argue you're not lazy, because that, a lot of people would put it in neutral at that point. Like, I don't have to try at this too hard. It comes pretty natural, it comes pretty easy. And or you could have become completely panicked that your follow-up album is not going to, like, you could have been burdened by that.
Definitely.
So how did you take that kind of crazy success? First 5 singles are all #1 on that album.
Yeah, I mean, it's 19 or 20 now. I haven't had one not go #1.
Oh my God.
You haven't had one not go #1.
You got to prep yourself.
It's going to happen at some point. Yeah, I'm aware it's going to happen.
Your expectations are really.
But then again, there's no pressure because I just kind of, you just don't, it's so beyond what you even think's possible, you know? The first time I ever played Hurricane, I played at the 40 Watt in Athens, Georgia, which is
That's where I went to UGA.
Yep.
I love the 40
Played
Watt.
40 Watt in, I think it was Labor Day weekend, and 86 people came. And I remember being like kind of bummed because we had been playing like decent shows, like in that size venue. What's that place hold? Probably 500 people.
Yeah, it's smallish.
It's pretty small. Yeah. But we had kind of been rocking those. And my manager was like, man, he's like, listen, dude, he's like, it's Labor Day weekend. Nobody's in school. And so I remember this conversation like it was yesterday because I was really bummed out. And that was the first night I'd ever played Hurricane in a show. And he said, dude, I saw Florida Georgia Line here like 5 years ago and 17 people came.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, you got 88.
Yeah.
So
And
you're
he's like,
5
and
times
they're
bigger
doing
than
pretty good. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. You know, it's crazy, man. It has been, it's been wild. But yeah, we did everything from the smallest place you could play to, you know, stadiums. It's crazy.
My favorite thing you did is Fast Car. I just your version of Fast Car is so great, and that was one of my very favorite songs growing up.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it was one of your favorites. Yeah, maybe your
Definitely,
first
yes.
favorite.
Such a good song.
What a fucking beautiful song.
Oh gosh.
Were you afraid to tackle it at all? It feels like such a female perspective, right? The dad's a drunk, the husband's abusive.
I think I was just a little bit like, maybe I was just too naive to even be aware
Think
of
through all that.
Yeah, to go like, because then, man, that song's been covered like 1,300 times.
Wow.
Has it really?
There's like 1,300 like covers for sale of that song.
Oh my
It's
God.
like an
didn't know it was that-
incredibly prolific song in a lot of people's lives. So I was not like, man, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it was kind of like we had some like kind of like throwaway time at the end of the studio. Like, it was never a plan to do it. It wasn't like, let's do this song. And I just always played it at shows. And I mean, I hadn't since I'd gotten my
You had
deal.
to have known from the shows though that it was a big winner
Yeah,
when you did it.
And it was, I mean, even it was just the college shows. It wasn't like we were doing it on those, you know, at the arenas or at the clubs. Like I would do it in college, and I really always liked doing it.
Yeah.
And so we had an hour of studio time left that, you know, we had paid for, but we had recorded everything we needed. And I was like, what if we just recorded it? Because I was like, man, I've always loved it. Let's just do it, you know? So we did it, ended up putting it on the record, and we didn't promote it at all. I mean, we didn't put any marketing budget behind it until it was top 10 at radio.
Really?
I had another single out that was climbing the charts that went number 1. And by the time it went number 1, Fast Car was like number 12.
Wow.
For whatever reason, man, it just struck the right chord at the right time. You know,
Well, it's a beautiful combination of a great song and then a
incredible.
very wonderful interpretation of it.
Yes.
So when you guys sang together at the Grand, first of all, answer this for me, because I'll still be listening. I'll be working out, and that comes on my liked songs, and I do go. What was her journey like? What did she choose to lay back? Did she like what?
Yeah, I think she just kind of stepped away, man. I mean, you know, I think the cool thing about her is like nobody really knows. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. She's kind of an enigma.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I remember when there was whispers of that happening, like my team was like, well, I think the Grammys are thinking about maybe wanting to do this. And I was like, dude, that ain't happening, dude.
Yeah, she's never
I
doing
was
this.
like, bro, that ain't gonna happen. Like, I remember just thinking like it's not gonna happen. She just doesn't do anything.
Right. She's J.D. Salinger of the country world.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, sure. They were like, would you be interested? And I'm like, well, fucking obviously I would be interested. I was like, it's not going to happen, but I would be definitely interested.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's 3-4 months go by, and remember I was actually sitting in the tree stand at my house, and Carla called me, who works with Asha and does PR, and she was like, hey, Tracy's going to call you tomorrow at 7:00. And
I presume you've never met her at that point.
Oh,
no.
No one's better.
No one's met her.
Yeah.
She hadn't commented in any way on my cover. My cover had already been number 1, and it's like the run was kind of over.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no
Didn't hear from
whispers
her.
at all. Right. Which is fine. I wasn't expecting to, you know.
Yeah. Maybe she was expecting you to call her.
Well, there's no, dude, I'm telling you, dude, it's like,
Can't do
you
it.
Can't
you
get.
can't get in touch with her.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they were trying to figure it out, they're like, well, there's not a team. Like, there's no one.
Yeah.
There is no one, which is also the coolest thing.
It
in the
is
world,
the
by way.
coolest
It's the coolest thing in the
thing.
world.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, next night I'm like doing bath time with my kids, and it's chaos, whatever. But I told my wife, like, hey, 7 o'clock. Like,
Oh my God.
You're
boys off the
tagging in,
clock.
and I'm going into the
Your
room.
boys off the clock. Dude.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the kitchen table, man. I was just like sitting there with my phone on the table because I'm like, I have a feeling she's going to call like on time, man, like prompt. And she did, man. It was like on the dot. Like phone goes off. It's like unknown.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
Number, whatever.
Yeah, I have butterflies
Yeah,
and
it's like,
anxiety.
you like pick it up and I'm like, it's like, it's just her, man. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this is crazy, and man, we talked for probably 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she say, I like your version?
She did. Yep. She was like, man, I think you did a really great job. And,
Oh my God. What more could you want?
yeah. And I'm such a big fan. And I'm nerding out. I'm like, hey, why did you do this thing when you recorded this song and like this record? And like, I'm just getting deep on like, like she could tell I was a real fan.
Yeah.
I really cared about the records and stuff. And it was like, I think that was, she didn't say this, but it was like, I think that was her like trying to figure out if she wanted to do it or not.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to go up with this guy if this guy sucks.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I got respect for. And it was crazy. It was crazy that it happened. I just
So
couldn't
awesome.
believe it.
So when the call ended, did she give you I'm going to do it, or did you hear later?
No, she wasn't like, yeah, I'm definitely doing it. Like,
Right. She was just like, it was great talking to you. And
yeah,
Oh.
pretty much. Yeah.
and then
there was
how
like-
long after that call do you find out she's
It was
doing
probably like a month, I would say, before
really?
I heard anything.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Obviously, incredibly thankful that moment happened. It was so cool. Not just for me, but I feel like, for so many people to see her
It
back
was
out.
unbelievable.
That to me was the coolest part. It's just like her being out. Like,
I loved seeing her sing so much. I loved it.
if I could have, I wouldn't even have been up there.
Yeah,
I would have
yeah,
just
you
been
just-
like, cool, can I just watch? Like, can you just
Yeah.
come out? And instead of me, it's you and everybody just watch.
Of course. She's so great. I love watching that. But the moment for me is she starts the duet. She does her couplet. Then we go to you, or whatever we'd call, not a couplet, but you do yours. And then when you throw it back to her, you look at her, whatever facade you might have had, it came down. You have this smile on your face when you look back at her, like your turn.
Oh,
That's
man.
so
It was-
palpable,
it was
dude.
Oh my
so
God, I
cool,
have
man.
full chills.
Yeah,
It was so palpable. I rewound it
Yeah.
like 4 times this
Yeah.
morning. I just look at you, look at her, and I'm like, I think he's present for this, which is
Yeah.
almost impossible to
Dude,
do.
It was
Were
like,
you present as fuck for that?
man. Yeah, because it was just so surreal, right? Like,
Yeah.
just doing that song with her and just, I've been listening to that song since I was a kid. It's like one of the first songs I remember.
It could have been almost too much to compute, but it does seem like you're there in your body experiencing it.
What? Yeah, because I think the best part about that was she was really adamant about rehearsing a lot.
Okay.
She hadn't played in like 10 years. She came in just so confident of like, it was all the players from that record. Like when she recorded it, she asked me to bring my steel player. So there was steel on it. My steel player was on it. So it was all the guys that played on the original record.
Yeah.
And so we rehearsed for like 3 days.
Oh, wow. Did you become friendly with her in those 3 days?
Yeah. And so there was like this full confidence of like, okay, like we're gonna nail this. There's no question we're gonna nail it.
Yeah. You'd worked through all the butterflies in this
It's
rehearsal.
like, dude, I didn't rehearse 3 days for my whole tour.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like of 3 days of like doing the whole set is like kind of a normal thing. Like we're going and doing the set 3 days in a row, and that's enough for the whole tour for
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like based, and like we're doing that for this one thing is like, she wanted it to be perfect, and she wanted to have that confidence.
It paid off.
Yeah, and
Oh,
make sure it was
man,
great.
did
And
it.
so that allowed us to have to be able to just enjoy the actual performance
Yeah.
and not be swept up in like, oh, we're at the Grammys and like, what if we mess
Yeah.
up? Like there was none of that.
So here's an interesting thing. You have anxiety.
Oh, yeah, big time.
It's interesting anxiety, isn't it? Because you would think someone with anxiety performing would bring that out, but that's my guess is that's not where your anxiety lies.
No, mine lies. Mine is just doesn't make any sense, man. It's a form of OCD. So it's like
You have a very specific form of OCD.
Yeah. So it's called pure OCD, which is like there's no outward compulsions.
Oh.
So you're not doing any behaviors that are observable.
Yeah, the behaviors are all mental.
It's just
rituals.
rumination.
Yep. Mental rituals. Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
wow.
Yeah, mental ritual. Did you
Very
have tics when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, you
None of that.
didn't?
None of that.
Okay,
No.
okay.
It's more like I would say 99.9% of people who have it, like no one would ever even know.
Interesting.
Like you could be like, I'm not, but in theory, I could be having it right now and having this conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's almost two.
Yeah.
Yes. Almost the subconscious is having the conversation, but the real focus is on.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
The internal compulsion, is it something specific?
Yeah. So it goes in like themes. Like there's a lot of themes that are very recurrent for like people that have this, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like religion is one, right? Like if like it's like it essentially preys on everything, like the antithesis of who you are at your core.
Yeah.
But it focuses on questions that are unanswerable, which is like,
Interesting.
do I really love God?
Right. Do I fully believe?
Do
in
I
this?
really believe in God?
Yeah. What percentage
And
do
then
I?
you spend not over 90% of your day thinking about that, let's say. And that could happen for months on end.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's maddening.
Is it too private for me to know what your themes are?
No, I mean, I've had a ton, man. Like there's people have violent ones where they like, am I some sort of serial killer guy? Like,
Yeah.
We had an OCD expert on, and it was very illuminating that the kind you see in movie is the lowest percentage of OCD. It's mostly people who are like, they're afraid they're a pedophile, they're afraid they're a murderer, they're afraid they're this.
You can kind of like touch all of them.
Yeah.
And there's some that like, for whatever reason, like if you weren't really religious, you wouldn't really have the God one because that wouldn't be as important to you. So it's like, it's things that there's never an answer to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there's people that are like, am I gay?
Yeah.
Am I a pedophile? Am I a serial killer? Am I gonna, like I'm driving down the road, am I gonna just swerve into traffic? And it's like, you're not ever going to do that.
I know, yeah.
But like your brain, like it gets like, it's like seeing a grizzly bear come out of the woods, but it's in your mind.
Yeah.
Yes. It identifies a threat, but that threat's not there. And then it just obsesses on the threat.
And then it's like, but it was real because I thought that for a second. And so it's like, now it's that as to where like people have those kind of thoughts all the time. And they just like, oh, well, that's weird. Dumb,
Yeah. Like
stupid thing.
It's in and out.
Obviously, it's like a bird flying by.
Yeah.
You just go, oh, there's a bird.
But
It's
you
all good.
it gets stuck.
And then you're like, what was that bird? What was that? Why did that bird fly by? And then the more you wonder why the bird flew by, the more it starts flying by. And like your brain's like, I need to send that thought again because you're worried about it.
Yeah.
And you being worried about it must mean something.
Yeah.
And then, but it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But then the more you think about it, the more it starts showing up and it starts going by. And then you start wondering more and more and more. And you do things mentally, ritualistically to alleviate the anxiety of the bird showing up.
Yeah.
So what's one of the rituals you can do mentally?
You would say, okay, so let's say, for example, like you want to or you think in your mind, you're like, well, I'm going to swerve my car into traffic or whatever. One could be like, and this would be, I guess, technically an outward one. It doesn't happen a lot. It's like reassurance seeking is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Where like, let's say me and you were really close friends.
Yeah.
We
will be.
I could be like, hey, Dax, I mean, like, you don't think I would ever like plow my car into like the sidewalk? And you'd be like, dude, what are you talking about? No.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, thank God. Well, obviously would never do that.
Right.
But that that reinforces the importance of the thought to you by me asking you that.
Interesting.
And so the alleviation, like the reassurance seeking of me wanting to like quill the like uncomfortableness that the thought gives me.
Yeah.
Makes my brain pay more attention to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then I'm caring about it.
Yeah,
I'm caring about it. I'm
You're
thinking
giving
about
it
it.
weight.
You're giving it power. You're giving it attention,
focus.
right?
Yeah.
As to the real trick to overcoming that is going, yeah, I think I will plow my car into a bunch of people. And I think I'm just going to do that.
Like letting your brain go there.
Or just being like, maybe I will plow my car into a bunch of people and
when that happens, we'll deal with that at that point.
Maybe whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe I am insane
Gay pedophile.
yeah,
antichrist.
murderer guy. And you know what? That's fine.
Right.
Because if that happens, then whatever. That's what happens.
That is what it is.
I
It's just
accept.
being like, yeah,
Interesting.
whatever, man. It's like it's all good,
Yeah.
But I would say definitely there's a lot of things in the course of my life kind of has been dictated by that at certain times.
For me, when I was in my early 20s and I just moved to California, I was super lonely. I was ruminating quite a bit on I thought I was going crazy.
That's another one. There's a lot of people that think it's like mental illness is one. Like, am I schizophrenic and I don't know it?
Oh.
That's where
Like,
I
what
was
if I'm
heading.
in this podcast and you guys aren't even real, and I'm sitting somewhere in someone's garage going,
Yeah.
"Well, yeah, I'm a famous country singer," and blah blah blah.
Oh my God, I've had this
And it's
thought.
but like you imagine
famous
thinking
country
that, and like the normal person might be like, "Man, that's a really strange thing," and they think about it for 1 minute.
Right.
But imagine that thought comes and it's like a nuclear bomb goes off in your head and you can't stop thinking about it for 6 months.
Oh my God.
And you never, like, I won't say never, but for the most part, I would think, in my experience, you never have two themes at one time.
Oh, interesting.
Right. There's not room for two themes almost.
Right. Like, it's almost too much bandwidth.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say you're worried about religion
Yeah.
and it's like the most important thing in the world to you. And then one day you have the car driving thought, right? Like into the crowd. Instantly, you think about the religion where you're like, bro, how dumb was that?
Oh, wow.
I can't believe I wasted 3 months of my life worrying about this thing that's now is so inconsequential. But then that one
It gets
can
replaced.
come back. It could come back in 5 years.
It's whack-a-mole.
But that's the thing is not being, for me, like, people always reach out to me, like, about it. And, because there's not a lot of people who've talked openly about that particular form, which a lot of people have. And I would say 99.9% of people, suffer in silence with this thing.
Yeah.
Because how do you tell your parents when you're 12 years old that you're worried about,
Being a pedophile.
you think you're going to stab someone with a kitchen knife?
Yeah.
Like, people will think you're insane.
Yeah,
right?
you're very afraid that they will take the action.
Judgment. Yeah, they'll be like, hey, man, something's wrong with my kid, dude. Like, and not like he has a mental illness. It's like, my kid is a psychopath.
Because you also have
exactly.
some clarity, right? You're also like, I have some clarity during that period. I'm like, I think I am slowly kind of going crazy here. But then I also have moments where I'm like, no, you're not. Everything's kind of groovy.
Right.
And you're afraid if I give over this information, someone's going to assume the worst. We're going to have a, DEFCON 5 reaction to it. And, and I do at times realize I'm not. So
and that's the thing is none of it ever makes any sense in the sense of like, it doesn't, if you told someone you were worrying about, they'd be like, what do you like?
Yeah, they go,
mean?
stop worrying
But
about
there's
it.
nothing about you that would make that true.
Right. But it's not even like, even telling people that is counterintuitive to the healing process.
Yeah.
Like, what if you are or not like that? It just doesn't even matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know right now that I could get in my car and it's an hour drive home and I could have a spike that sends me into a 3-month spiral. I know that. But also, I'm just not afraid of that at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just have to like know, like, you know what? Maybe at another point in my life, I'll have another one of these and that's okay. And I'll deal with it when it happens. And I think that's the freedom in like, I mean, it took me 5 years to even figure out what it was.
Yeah, I was going to say, you seem to have a lot of awareness and tools. Did you receive these from therapy?
Yeah, the behavioral therapy part of it is huge, right? Like, it's having the toolkit to combat it and knowing what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Like knowing how to not solve it. You can never solve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the big key
it's like
is
addiction. It ain't going away.
the big key is knowing that you'll never have an answer to any of these questions. You answering the question will never cure you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or you trying to find out the answer is never.
It's an
going to cure
illusion
you.
that you can figure it out.
Right, because if there was if it was 2 + 2 = 4, you wouldn't have any anxiety about it because you would just
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
And you could know an answer and you could get a test and that's the answer.
Yeah. So how did you learn all this? You were just
I mean, just years and years of, I mean, I'm better at I'm better at that probably than I am at country music, to be honest. I mean, just from years of
experience.
I mean, just 10,000 hours times a million of
But no help. Or did you get help?
I mean, not really. I never really had a traditional CBT like therapist, honestly. It was just once I found out what it was, that probably happened at like 21 when I found out, which is the same year I learned guitar, which is when I found out like, oh, this is what it is. There was a lot of relief in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of like, oh my God,
Well, you're not
other
alone.
people have this? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah, the
I can't
isolation of it is
you're
sometimes
like,
the
this
worst.
can't be like, I must be crazy. Like, nobody understands. Like, obviously my parents were really worried, but they're like, we don't even know.
They
What do you
didn't-
do?
Like I went to therapy in high school and it was like, oh, you've got generalized anxiety disorder. And I'm like, okay, well, that must be what it is. But it just didn't feel like,
Specific enough.
I was like, man, I don't know. Like this feels different than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once I found the Pure O thing, it was like, oh my God, this is what I have. This is the thing that I have.
Yeah.
Do you think this could potentially be one of the reasons when you say you were lazy, quotes, in school? Like this was happening in your brain.
Oh.
Pretty
And
distracting.
as a
A
kid, how could you be
$1,000,000%.
doing all these things at once?
So many times in my life, I feel like I was on the cusp of like figuring out or achieving something. And then I would have one of these spikes and it would be like, well, there goes everything. Cause I don't care about anything else now.
Right.
Because I'm so worried about like, I'm crazy
Yeah.
or something. You know what I mean? Like, and I hesitate even saying these things because I feel like sometimes like people are going to watch this and they're going to seek reassurance from hearing me talk about it.
Like it'll trigger the wrong reaction.
Yeah, like they'll go, oh gosh, well then he said this thing and that made me feel better for 10 minutes. And so I'm fine for 10 minutes. But like it preys on like everything you're not.
Right.
And it makes you feel like you are that. When in reality, like in some ways your deepest fear is being something that you're not.
Right.
Yes.
And that's rooted in this somehow like another big one is relationship OCD, which is like, one of the themes of Pure O is like, do I really love my wife?
Oh.
Do I really love my kids?
Oh, yeah.
And there's no answer. There's no, like,
Right.
obviously
You can't
do.
take a test.
Obviously you wouldn't be worried about it if you didn't.
That's right.
And that's the thing. But like telling people that is giving them reassurance.
People who don't love
That's
people aren't
tricky.
worried that they don't love them.
Yes.
When you look at the list of people I don't love, I'm not sitting around worried that I don't
Gosh,
love
do
them.
I love them or do I not?
No,
Yeah.
it's quite evident. Like
But explaining it, which I think this is so interesting, explaining it's actually bad.
it's a catch-22.
This is good for everyone to hear. Like even if you're on the
Yeah.
opposite end of it, like what we shouldn't be doing is be like, oh, but you shouldn't worry about that because you're not that. Like that's actually
That
not
actually
helpful.
makes it worse.
Yeah.
Which is so confusing. It's such a confusing hamster wheel
So
of
interesting.
getting out. Like getting out of the loop is so
Yeah.
confusing. Until you know how to do it, you can't do it. I mean, the research on it has come a lot farther in the last 14 years than it did even when I was 21.
Yeah.
Like there was basically one doctor that was even was doing anything on it at that time at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot more people who are saying that, oh yeah, I've got this thing. And it's,
Yeah.
And do you think it's nature or nurture or a combination? Do you lean
I
one
think
side?
it's 100% nature. It's like having bipolar. It's no one's, you just
it's just
are.
wired that way.
It's just how your
But-
neurons fire, whatever it is, you know.
How about this? Have you come to find an upside of it? So for me, I very much think of, I'm an addict across the board and it kind of works in most domains until I get to that one.
Mm-hmm.
But my obsessive nature and my ruminating on how to make this show better, how to do a better job interview, like that's all the same package that makes me me.
Sure.
Do you think there's been an upside? Do you think it's part of your success as well?
No.
No.
I don't think it's part of my success at all. I would if I just never had it, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
There's no good parts
That's a
of
good
it.
answer. That's
There's
an
no
honest
good
answer.
parts of it other than when you don't have it.
Yeah. And you maybe like you recognize
When you don't have it, you're like, bro, like,
You feel
life
good.
is just incredible.
Yeah.
And I will tell people this, man, it doesn't, at least in my experience, it hasn't been something. It's been something that's gotten better for me.
Do you think kids help?
Well, certainly. Yeah, I mean, there's less time to worry about that kind of stuff. But kids could also easily be a trigger.
Totally.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're gonna OCD people think they're gonna hurt their kid.
Sure.
They're gonna kill their kid.
Yep.
They're gonna molest their kid.
Yep.
They won't change their kid's diaper.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is it's a unique experience in each individual, I would say. Obviously, there's patterns that everybody kind of that are recognizable in people that have OCD, especially this form. But it really has, man. I think knowing that you have it is a big part. I would definitely, anybody should, that has it should definitely, do their research on it. But I don't even have to tell those people to do it because they have.
Right.
Because they're sitting on their computer all day going,
yeah, what's
am
wrong
I
with
this?
me?
Imagine being in fight or flight mode 90% of the day.
Yeah.
Yes. And you're actually bizarrely now almost going to manifest some health condition.
Sure, because you're going to be just under stress all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about
Me
it.
too.
Oh,
It's
for
really-
I think it's harder if you're a country star.
Yeah, actually,
do.
probably.
Like I'd say every
No, I
actor
don't
I
think
talk
so.
to, they've all been in therapy. We've talked to all the country stars. No one's going to therapy. There's
Yeah.
like some cultural
I think
stuff.
for me was finding out, how can I make this happen less, not from, the therapy side, obviously that helps, a ton. But for me, it was like, man, how can I just change, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, like
Mhm.
doing just everything. I mean, I just everything. My life revolves around,
Preventing that.
preventing it, right? So
Yeah.
I don't eat gluten anymore
Me neither.
because I feel like that's
In the
know,
mix.
that was for sure somehow involved in
Interesting.
my inflammation
Yeah.
levels were really, really high. And
Yeah.
obviously your brain is really inflamed at that time as well.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's been a big one for me. It's wild, man. It's a wild journey. sure.
Luke, you're a very sweet, talented person. I'm
Thank you,
really
thank you.
delighted I got to meet you. I'm really
Yeah.
grateful
Yeah.
you're willing to
Yeah,
come
thanks
over
for
today
having
and
me. Yeah.
chat with us. And I just also want to give you a big high five for fucking raising $24 million for Asheville, this town I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
24
awesome.
million bucks
That's
they raised.
amazing.
Well, just congratulations on everything. I mean, you're so young. I'm excited to watch you continue
Well,
to
thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
do
Yeah,
radical
appreciate
stuff. Is there anything we got to promote specifically?
that. I got a new single coming out.
Do we have a name for it yet?
July. Yeah, it's called Back in the Saddle. It's coming
Okay,
out.
so Back in the Saddle's coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's July 25th.
Oh,
July
great.
25th.
25th.
And
yeah.
tell me, where are we going?
I think we're going backwards in a good way, a little bit, just in the sense of, the last record I put out was Father's Day of last year. So it's kind of more of a niche project for me. It's
Yeah.
more of a personal,
Yeah, you
bit of
got
a
two little
selfish
boys.
endeavor. I got 2 little kids at home. And so it's been, 2.5 years since I put out, a proper, a record that was meant to be heard by a lot of people.
Right.
And so that's where, that's kind of where the Back in the Saddle thing came in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that whole idea for that came from. And we'll see. We'll see if people
Yeah.
care,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Luke. Well, I hope I bump into you a bunch while we're in Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely,
You're
man.
delightful. I'll get that
Absolutely.
Raptor R down here and we'll find some trails.
Bye.
I sure hope there weren't any mistakes in that episode, but we'll find out when my mom, Mrs. Monica, comes in and tells us what was wrong.
It smells different in here.
Oh, God. Because of me?
No, it's not a human smell. It's like a
Musty.
musty old air conditioning smell or something.
Well, it's been musty in here. It might be me because,
Are you musty?
well, I'm wearing a vintage shirt.
Oh, and it could have some must stank on it.
Yeah. Sometimes vintage comes with a little must.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Although I came in here earlier to set this down and I didn't smell that. Should I smell?
No, it is smelly.
Well, we
but-
must find out now.
Well, it is smelly musty, but I don't think it could be that strong that you smelt it coming in.
Let me just see if it's not this piece, right?
No, it's
the
not.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that doesn't smell bad at all. That's not it.
Are you
That
sure?
smells good.
Okay, well, I smell it. Like, you know when you put on clothes that aren't your smell?
Yeah.
Because this isn't washed. Ugh, I'm outing myself.
Way more common when you're young. Right?
I mean,
like you're at a friend's house, you didn't intend to sleep over. Yeah, I can sleep over. Can I borrow something? As an adult, I'm not swapping clothes with many people. Are you?
yeah, you're not
not a girl.
Yeah, you're not. Like, girls borrow each other's clothes.
Still like in her 40s?
Yeah, of course. I mean, not like on a daily basis, but if I am.
When's the last time you borrowed an item of clothing?
I mean, I'm sure I've borrowed something from Kristen upstairs like many times.
I'm sure. You don't remember the last time?
Like, probably I'm over and it's like, oh, I need to wear a bathing suit.
This is a hypothetical. Do you remember the last time?
Oh my God. Should we call her?
She won't remember. Are you kidding? You're just so particular about your clothes. I'm finding it a little hard to believe that you're in your friend's clothes a lot.
Okay, do you want me to like really peek behind the curtain?
I do. Let's go all the way.
Okay, so like sometimes we record 2.
Back to back.
Yeah, and then you change shirts because your closet's here, and then I'm like, oh fuck, like I probably need to change shirts too, but I didn't bring any. So then I'll like go borrow something. I've done that recently.
You sound very unsure of when this happened.
Well, I don't write it down in my pocketbook.
I agree that this seems hypothetically plausible. I agree. You're like, I need another shirt. Kristen's got a bunch up there. I'll grab one.
Also, I do a lot of closet clean out.
Yeah.
A lot. And then I'll make big heaping piles of clothes.
Yeah.
And then people come and they take them.
Yeah.
And so then they're wearing my clothes.
Sure, that I buy.
So women are taking other people's clothes.
Okay. So you don't have an exact memory of the last time you were walking around town in one of your girlfriend's clothes. Not a precise memory, just more of a hypothetical memory.
Next time I'll write it down.
Okay, keep a journal,
I
log.
will. I'll keep a journal.
Okay.
But vintage clothes and shopping, I don't normally wash it immediately. That's gross. People are going to probably be grossed out.
I don't know that I have either.
But vintage is a little trickier.
It is, but also what do people think they're getting from, like, you're moving around, you're in a Starbucks. There's 35 strangers in there. Everyone's coughing and sneezing and talking loudly. There's spittle everywhere and airborne contaminants and contagions.
Legionnaires.
Yeah, what do you think you're getting from someone's T-shirt? There's no, well, we know your skin's the largest organ, but it's not like anything's like, they're not using it as a tissue or toilet paper.
But psoriasis
is not contagious.
But you wouldn't want it. Like, okay, we have to be realistic. Aren't there people in the world, we don't have to name names.
I have psoriasis, so go ahead and name me.
No, I'm not. I've moved on from psoriasis.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm still there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a large accusation to levy at someone.
I was just thinking about the guy from Armchair Anonymous where he had his skin across he had psoriasis and it was across the entire apartment. Remember the whole apartment was covered in skin?
Yes.
So you probably wouldn't want to borrow his shirt. And it's nothing against him. No. But like, I think we could agree.
I agree that it would be gnarly and I don't want to do that. But also you won't catch anything.
No, you're not going to catch anything. But I think people have more. It's more of a, it's not like I'm going to get a disease. Yeah, it's cooties. Okay.
I was just more objecting to people thinking that's like gross, like you're going to catch something. And I just don't think you're going to catch something. Unless you're borrowing someone's old used underwear that has a current STD.
Or bacteria. Because you get a UTI. Yeah. I imagine that I think they wash it.
That's hopeful.
It is hopeful.
I do think that's the express policy, but you're just putting a lot of faith in whatever.
These are expensive.
Hourly person that day was like, you got to wash all those before you open the register. And they're like, you got it. I mean, that's a real.
Oh my God.
At the end of the day, it's humans.
It's humans.
I know. Fallible.
That's what the harsh realization of the world. Our pilots are humans.
My father-in-law sent me an article this morning from the godfather of AI. Now, a lot of people have this moniker, so you don't really know which one is the true one.
We know the godmother of AI.
Fei-Fei Li. But this gentleman worked at Google. He has since left. He does have a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, who is it?
I don't remember his name.
Okay.
I could look it up real easy. Why wouldn't I honor and credit this person? But what he's urging people to do is design AI with a woman's instincts, basically. Geoffrey Hinton. Okay. He says, listen to this. Well, first of all, did you hear that an AI model tried to blackmail an engineer about an affair that it had learned about from email?
No.
Yes.
What the fuck? See? Oh, my God.
Okay. Hinton presented an intriguing solution, building maternal instincts into AI models so they really care about people, even once the technology becomes more powerful and smarter than humans. AI systems will very quickly develop two sub-goals if they're smart. One is to stay alive, and the other sub-goal is to get more control. There's good reason to believe that any kind of agentic AI will try to stay alive. But there's one sentence in here that's really incredible. Oh, he noted that mothers have instincts and social pressure to care for their babies. The right model is the only model we have of a more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing, which is a mother being controlled by her baby. Wow. That's a fascinating framing of it, isn't it?
That is.
The baby is
in control. And they're just stupid babies.
Dumb.
Yeah.
But you're fully committed at all times to sacrifice whatever you needed to do for them.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like the most distinct in a mother-child relationship.
Yeah.
But also probably a human-to-child relationship. Like if there's a kid around and you're alone with them and you're an adult, like an instinct does kick in that you have to help that kid or take care of that kid, or, you know, you're not just going to walk away from a kid up by itself.
Yeah, we're susceptible. We're hardwired to respond to things that are cute. Yeah. When the eyeballs are disproportionate to the size of the face, we get really nurturing and empathetic. That's neat. Yeah, that's what AI needs.
That's why Vinny's
AI needs to look at humans and think, they're so cute. Look at them. They're gangly and they're walking on 2 feet. No one else is.
Yeah, but what are they going to do about the fact that humans like kill people and are really mean and bad?
So do, babies break things on accident and they do naughty stuff.
On accident, though.
Or on purpose. Sometimes they slap their mom in the face. We know that.
Sure.
You've seen that video of Delta attacking me over and over again. Yeah. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
She's leaping at me and
in
lunging.
That case, though, you were in trouble.
I was not in trouble, as I made very clear in the video. I did nothing.
You were in trouble because she decided you were in trouble, and that means you were in trouble. You were in danger.
But then she wanted to give me a necklace, and she decided I was not in trouble. You're not in trouble anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very nice to get back to my little sweeties last night.
Were you happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feel? You're back home.
I feel dicey. I feel like I'm on re-entry.
Yeah, sure. Re-entry.
Did you feel? You didn't feel that way. I think this is the longest I've been gone from LA since Without a Paddle, maybe.
Wow.
Or When in Rome, maybe we were gone for 2 months.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. 56 days.
That's really long.
Almost 2 months.
Yeah, time is wild.
Walked Lincoln to the first day of school today.
Oh, today was first day of school?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 7th grade.
I mean, I try not to jinx her, but I'm so excited for her.
Oh, that was a big year for you.
Best year of my life.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you have to knock if it was already the best year of your life. They can't take it away.
It's for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
See, I'm taking care of the child in this situation.
Because you're like AI. You're agentic.
Yeah, 7th grade. Our friends have a child who just turned 16.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at her birthday party. And I was like, and this is a kid we've known her whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
And like,
I really held her as a tiny newborn baby.
Yeah, I didn't know her that little, but she was like 5 probably.
Yeah.
And that was so weird.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is she getting her license?
Yeah, she's like driving.
She is. Oh my gosh.
I know.
How exciting.
Obviously, you know this, and all parents know this, but when you get to be an adult, time is just kind of stagnant, right? Like, and unless it's your birthday, I guess, but like you barely even that. You're not really, whatever. You feel the same age, and then you're kind of doing the same thing every day or whatever. You know, you're living your life. and you're not as aware of the passage of time, but kids make you so aware of the passage of time. It's like a nonstop sense of like, oh my God, they're getting older, which means time is passing. I'm getting older. It's like, it's really intense. And she's 16. She is going to be an adult in 2 years. When we're done with this contract, she will be an adult.
Oh my goodness, she can.
That's wild.
She can do what? She can vote.
She can vote.
She'll vote.
But like, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
She'll go to college.
I had that moment this morning. I was like looking at the school and it has the established date on Lincoln School. And I was doing the math and I was like, oh, this school year, when we hit 2026, your school will have a 120-year anniversary.
Oh, cool.
And then I was thinking, that sounds so old.
Yeah.
But it's only 2 of my lifetimes, which makes it feel not old.
Exactly.
I get so confused when I start doing time as multiples in my lifetime because I'm only 6 of me away from the revolution, basically.
Well, but
Isn't
also,
that crazy?
It is crazy, but also think about 6, like a lot has happened. I mean, it just goes by so fast.
Exactly. This stuff is all like 5 minutes ago is what I'm saying.
I'm feeling very nostalgic right now, or like currently, not today, but just in the past couple
You're
weeks.
in a nostalgic era.
Yeah, because, my birthday is coming up, so maybe that has to do with it.
Yeah.
And this child turning 16.
That really sent you for a loop.
And I rewatched Girls. I watched the whole thing in a week.
How many seasons were there?
6.
10
episodes each.
60.
Pretty much hour-longs.
Okay. And you loved it.
Oh, my God.
Better this time around?
For me, it's so much better because the first time I watched it, I think I couldn't really watch it. Like I was their age. I was like their age. I was in my 20s. I was stressed out. I didn't know what my life was going to be. I was them.
Yes.
And it was too much of a mirror and it made me feel flaily and anxious.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I finished it.
Okay.
Watching it now.
What is the big accomplishment you think of it? Just how authentic it is?
It's so funny. Like, she's so funny the way she writes. She just has my number. Like, the way she writes and story tells is so, it hits like such a chord. There are so many moments. This happened in Too Much also, the show that she created, the new show, where like, I'm like gonna cry, but I feel like if I start crying, I'll never stop crying.
Wow.
Like she has there's like this ability to like untap and then I'll just leak out for the rest of time. Like I won't, it's just.
And is it a feeling of sadness?
It's such a specific feeling. It's nostalgia, I guess. Well, there's a layer of that. There's a nostalgia. There's a like, life is so beautiful and hard and complicated, and relationships are so complicated, but they're so beautiful that we get to engage like this in life. Like it's so intense. Like it's such an intense feeling of the reality of being and how messy
sure
it is. And she's just so funny. Like the first time I watched it, I hadn't hit that stage in life where I watch everything with subtitles. Which I do now.
Even American shows.
I watch everything with subtitles now.
Okay.
And so I'm not missing any jokes. Like but
are you missing any visuals? Because that's my issue with subtitles is I have to concentrate quite hard to read the subtitles, and I'm missing a lot of the visuals.
Yeah,
And if they're there, I'll read them, even if I'm understanding it perfectly.
Yeah, I understand this dilemma. Comment on whether you watch with subtitles or not.
Okay.
Dax will read them. I think I'm just so used to it now. I don't think I'm missing any visuals.
Okay.
And I'm not missing any nuance or jokes. And I think I could have before.
Okay. So you're kind of reading the script and watching the show at the same time.
Yeah. And
Do you wish they put the description of the scene on there too?
No, they're doing a great job
A
visually.
sparsely decorated one-bedroom New York apartment.
Yeah. So anyway, that show is making me feel very nostalgic. And so I'm just in like a wispy mood.
And are you, what do you have feelings about summer ending?
Yeah.
Are you ready for fall?
I love fall. I'm really glad fall is after summer.
Okay, and not spring.
Yeah, because I don't love spring.
Okay.
Spring's fine, but fall's cozy. It's sweaters. It's
warm drinks, football.
Yeah, old fashions.
I was thinking about the service that football provides for a lot of Americans.
Yes.
You're so sad summer's over.
Yeah.
But for so many people, like tens of millions of people, the excitement of like, oh, football's back, and I know what I'm doing on Sundays and Mondays.
Exactly.
I don't indulge.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. Maybe you should get into it.
I think they like deserve, like they're pacifying a nation. They're really,
I agree.
They do provide a service to bring you out of the summer blues.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But even just like then Halloween is coming and that's on the horizon. And it's like, what are we going to dress up as? And
yes, there's a lot of talk about the costumes already.
Okay. I'm out of the loop, but I'll do whatever.
It's best that you're out of the loop because we're going through many iterations, I think, before we land on it.
Okay.
So it's just a lot of pitches right now.
Great.
And I'm such a stick in the mud. I'm basically like, when you guys decide, tell me what I am.
Okay.
And just stay out of some of the pitches because they seem impractical to me.
Okay. Do you mind throwing some out there?
Well, what I got kind of nervous about is Lincoln's now interested in doing puns, kind of bringing back what everyone loved from the 2010s, I guess.
Yeah, Kristen used to do this, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Like for Burt Reynolds rap or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. And so they already have like really complicated ones.
Okay.
Where someone's a human and they're a toothbrush. And to me, I'm just like, whoa, we better start fabricating all these if we're really doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, this isn't my domain. This is one of the domains I just pop in and out of. I'm on hayride duty.
Yeah. Did you drive the bus back?
No.
Oh, okay. So the bus is staying there.
The bus is there.
So he's going to stay there.
Yes, until January if I come back, bring it back to go to the sand dunes.
I wonder if he should come back home because, like, what if we want to like hang out in him?
I know I feel safer if Big Brown's here, but Big Brown is covered in not in the baking sun in LA for
it likes the sun. Some people like the sun. Brown people like the sun.
Nobody likes to have that much direct sunlight rotting in the front yard.
You can't say nobody when I'm sitting right here.
But you have rejuvenative properties. You can replace your dead skin and stuff. Big Brown's just going to get duller and duller. So I think it's best for Big Brown.
Okay, well.
You're bummed that the bus isn't here.
Yeah, it was only other Brown thing on this property besides me. I felt seen.
Okay.
And now I'm back to being the token.
Is there nothing Brown here?
Just me.
Just little old me.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
I have a confession.
Oh, wow. I love a confession.
So I got this necklace.
Okay.
For the listener, it's gold. It's really pretty. It has like what kind of looks like a paper clip or safety pin hanging from the chain, but with a little diamond on it. And then it has a little pendant. Now, the pendant has a unicorn on it. And I feel weird about it because I love it. I saw it and I was like, I need this. But then I decided I was going to tell people that somebody else bought it for me.
How come?
Because I think it's weird if you buy yourself a pendant that has a unicorn on it.
Oh, really?
I'm a little...
What do you think it says about someone?
I'm nervous it's arrogant.
Oh, wow. Arrogant?
Like I'm saying I'm a unicorn.
Oh. I don't know if anyone would think that.
I just want to get ahead of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to think that.
I mean, I imagine the comments are going to be like, oh my God, she thinks she's a unicorn.
When you wear a Lacoste shirt, you don't think you're an alligator? Or
Speak for
do
yourself.
Okay, I don't. And you don't think you're a horse or a
That's the
polo player?
brand. This isn't the brand. This
Okay.
is the charm.
Do I think I'm a hawk or a crow?
You do think you're a crow. You say that all the time.
I am a crow, but I'm not a hawk.
Yeah, but that's your dad, you said.
Yeah, that is my dad.
See? It's like if you wore a hawk charm.
Well, if you got a huge tattoo of a big American eagle on your chest.
American Eagle's in some trouble right now. But
why?
You haven't heard this? You're so out of the loop.
I probably am. What?
Because they did a campaign with Sydney Sweeney that really got people in a tizzy.
About what? Is this what I saw? A clip of her crying, talking to camera about her feelings being hurt.
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
I bet her feelings are hurt.
Okay, what happened?
The campaign was about jeans, obviously, but it was. Remember the Brooke Shields Calvin Klein commercial that they did?
American Eagle. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
There's a voiceover. There's a whole thing about her genes and how your genes are passed down, and it predicts your eye color and your hair color. And she says something like, I have great genes. My genes are blue. I only half paid attention to this. I only was, so I'm definitely missing pieces. And I think there's longer ones and shorter ones, whatever.
Okay.
But there's a backlash against
genetics or blue jeans?
Genetics, about what it's saying about her genetics being the right genetics.
Because she's blonde with blue eyes.
Right.
And white.
And the Calvin Klein one is not like that. It's more like...
Nothing gets between me and my Calvins.
That's right.
She's also 13 or something.
Yeah, that's problematic in a different way. But anyway, I'm not going to levy an opinion on that. I do think people... I help Kristen with some...
You have so many specific looks. You're like, okay, that's the sentence. I saw the whole thing. You're like, okay, that's the sentence I want to say. Oof, that's going to sound rough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with an analogy. Do you remember when I helped?
Listen, this is a ding, ding, ding to what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
People need to think.
Okay.
They need to think before they speak and before they put things out. They need to edit what they're saying.
They being American Eagle or the people being critical of American Eagle? Or just
American
everyone?
Eagle. I help Kristen with commercial stuff, right? And if you're working with Kristen on a commercial and I'm involved, you're probably going to be annoyed at me. Because I am very picky. I'm like, we aren't going to use that word. We shouldn't use this. We got to do this. And it's like, to them, they're like, this is all the same thing. But it is not.
I'm very similar. And as you know, I'm always on high alert for condescension, triggering people, feeling less than. Yeah, you
have to think about everything if you're doing a campaign.
Yes.
And you have to think about across the board everything. There's a lot to think about, and things it makes a difference. Words make a difference. The delivery makes a difference, and it requires a lot of thought. And so when I see something like that, I'm more just like, why? Who let that happen? Sydney Sweeney's person should not have allowed that. And also American Eagle should not have allowed that. Someone should have said hey, I don't know. Let's just be careful here.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about the controversy. If the controversy is just that she's saying she has good genetics, what's interesting about that, let's just say that's what it is, that she's saying I have good genetics. American Eagle's
the best genetics.
An American Eagle's saying she has great genetics or the best genetics. That would be an important word. Does she say I have the best? She says I have the best genes.
Right.
I don't know if she said that or not.
I don't either.
Yeah. So, but what's interesting is, let's say it was just, I have the best genetics. It's funny that that's more offensive to people than what I earned how I look. Is that, would they like the counter which is
No.
I look this way. I didn't earn it. I was just born this way. I hit the genetic lottery. People like how I look across the board.
No, it's
to me, it seems less arrogant to say I'm just the recipient of great genes.
But it's talking about blue eyes and blonde hair specifically. It's so that is the problem. It's
well, here's
not,
where they might have got a little murky on their analogies. They're like, oh, we're going to play the genes, J-E-A.
exactly.
But when she says I have blue genes, we mean J-E-A-N.
I know.
And it got a little murky.
No, they knew what they were doing with that. That's like her eyes are blue. So her genes are blue. Like that's what they're doing. But it's also like, then they need to, probably what they should have done is ran 2 campaigns, one with her, one with someone with brown hair or skin or something, and then made a brown pair of jeans.
Yeah, just blue jeans versus brown jeans.
Or black jeans. I love black jeans. They could run a campaign with multiple people with this theme. The problem is you have this like beautiful, very Aryan girl talking about her blonde hair and blue eyes and having good genes. And it's kind of like, let's maybe not do that. But again, I don't actually blame her. I think she needs someone in her camp. I'm not a Veil right now.
Right.
Maybe down the line.
Okay, just putting it out there.
Yeah, putting it out there.
It's kind of a consultant. Do you think you could go through like 10 or 12 a day?
Yeah.
Like maybe go do a volume play, like have 12 of these clients that you're overseeing.
Of course.
Okay.
Remember, I majored in PR. This is where some of this comes in.
Yeah, you may have the pleasure I've had in life of looking back and like seeming like it all makes sense now. Like I was so into driving, and then I was the host of Top Gear, and it's improv and driving fast, and you're like, well, how did these things intersect? So it might be that where your PR education finally is like, I knew there was a total reason.
It's at play every day. It's at play all the time here. I notice it all the time. I'm like, man, meant to be.
I need to know more, but it sounds like people are overreacting, in my opinion.
You always think that.
I do. I think people in general are looking for ways to be offended. Because you could say, I love my blue eyes and blonde hair. That's just saying that's one version of being beautiful. If she says, I like my blonde hair and blue eyes, they're hearing, I don't like brown hair and
No, she's
brown
not
eyes.
saying I like.
Or I like that I got these.
She's not saying that.
Okay.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Words matter. If it was phrased like that, like I like my blue jeans.
Yeah.
That is different than I have good jeans. My jeans are blue. Like it's so nitpicky, but it really does make a difference. And I will say, as someone who doesn't have blue jeans, I mean, I have blue jeans, but I don't have blue jeans. I have brown jeans across the board.
No, you know, almost exclusively blue jeans.
I have brown jeans. I don't have any
brown jeans are not popular. They're not a popular they're not a popular wash, brown jeans. They just aren't. Whether that's
black jeans are though. I have brown corduroys and they are so cute, and they're
cords.
The row. Yeah.
When you get into corduroy, people really embrace brown, even orange.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So I as someone who doesn't have these Aryan genes that you do, if you said like, yeah, I have great genes, I have blue eyes, I'd be like, probably don't say that to me.
Right.
Like, you know, even, and not like because I'm trying to be offended, but just like, are you serious? Like, that's so stupid to say.
Yeah, I guess for you, blue eyes is really synonymous with white. Because now what's interesting.
Well, she's white.
She is white.
Yeah.
If she said, I'm so happy I'm white, I'm with you. Right?
So
I'm trying to so I do understand. I'm trying to figure out what the stickiness is here. And I think maybe that's it, which is blue eyes are so associated with being white.
And blonde.
That you're basically saying, I'm happy I'm white.
Yes.
So
I'm happy I have this package. Blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. And by the way, I don't blame you. You guys get a lot of shit. You get a lot of shit in this life. So you should be happy about it. But we just don't need to.
Some white people, some brown people have blue eyes.
It's so rare. It's so
Anywho.
rare. I mean, wow. It's probably more rare. Oh, this is a good segue into something, but it's probably more rare for a brown person to have blue eyes than green eyes in general. Like, definitely, actually. Speaking of that, when we were watching Tom Cruise's Cruises, and what movie were we watching where there was?
Oh, he had green eyes and his love interest had green eyes. I think it was one of the Mission Impossibles. Or no, was it Demi Moore in Few Good Men?
It was Demi Moore, green eyes. Tom had green eyes, and we were shocked that they both had green eyes because they're the rarest of eyes. And then we started to look into how many co-stars have had green eyes together.
They couldn't give us an answer for that.
Yeah. So, anywho, so I guess it's fine that I wear this, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, absolutely.
Cool.
No, I don't think anyone, when they have an animal on their locket, the person's like, you think you're that animal. I think they just think you like that animal. You like unicorns. I think I'm a unicorn.
I actually disagree. Like, if somebody wore a fox or like had a little fox, like, they're kind of displaying that that's who they are.
Okay. So it sounds like you might be critical of someone wearing a unicorn pendant.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. All the things we fear and worry about others attacking us for are the things right? Because they make logical sense to us.
I wouldn't care if someone was wearing it, but I would want someone to have given it to them.
Okay.
Like their mom or their boyfriend or their girlfriend or someone who thinks they're a unicorn. Yeah. I guess it's like self-love. Like no one's giving this to me. No one thinks I'm a unicorn, but
Interestingly, this is I have the same pushback I had on the jeans commercial, which is anyone who's got a problem is overthinking it. Like, you saw it, you liked it, you bought it. That's really the story. All the other stuff, though, this bitch thinks she's a unicorn. She gave herself I don't think any of that. And if you are engaged in that kind of thinking, you're doing too much thinking.
Also, if you're engaged in that, you probably just already don't like me. Like, that's sort of how it works, right?
And if you're watching that commercial, you go like, oh yeah, Sydney Sweeney's hot. We've all agreed. And she's got good jeans on. That's it.
No, that's not what, that's much different. Okay. It's much different. Anyway. I
hope she hears my defense of her and agrees to come on.
This is not against her. I'm actually
You're critical
saying,
of the team.
Not her. I wish she had someone who told her. American Eagle, I feel like they probably knew a little bit more about what they were doing. I don't think they could have gone that far down the line without somebody saying, like, I don't know, maybe we should change up the verbiage a little. And maybe they wanted to be controversial, which if they did.
Look what we've just talked about for 10 minutes. American Eagle jeans.
Look what they got. All right. Well, let's do some facts.
Yes.
This is for Luke Combs.
Sweet Luke Combs.
Very sweet boy.
He hasn't texted me. He asked for my number, but he hasn't texted me. And then I got paranoid I put my wrong number in, but really probably I did put my right number in, and he just hasn't texted me.
It's like a Nicholas Hoult situation.
Yeah. These young boys are hard, man. I know why these older women.
Okay, so the car in the Country Music Hall of Fame, he said Webb Pierce. So the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Nashville features several iconic vehicles, including Elvis Presley's 1960 solid gold Cadillac limousine and Webb Pierce's 1962 Pontiac Bonneville convertible. So he was right. Oh, also it says Jerry Reed's 1980 Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit too.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, look. The original Smokey and the Bandit was a 77 Trans Am with a big block 400. 1980, we went to a 4.9 liter turbo. That's a bummer.
Oh.
But we love Jerry Reed. Got a long way to go, short time to get there. We're eastbound and down.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. We love him. We love Jerry Reed. And I'm happy he got something from the movie, but I do wish he would have gotten the 77 big block.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Now, if you saw Jerry Reed at East Sodi, I'd be like, well, that's wild.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, we talked about 4A, 5A schools, something that was new to you.
Never heard that.
Yeah. And you asked what the A stood for. It doesn't stand for anything specific, but rather serves as a classifier for schools based on factors like enrollment size. High schools are often grouped into different classes, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, et cetera, to ensure fair athletic competition. So I bet it actually stands for athletics.
You'd think. I mean, otherwise, there's no reason to put that A in there. Since they don't do 1B and 2C, since we're only using A, then it's completely unnecessary.
Well,
You could have just said 1 through 5. They're classified 1 through 5.
yeah, but
If the A never changes as you're going up, there's no point in having it. It's not telling you anything about the school.
no, it's not telling
It's
you
redundant.
anything, but they probably just wanted to give it a little something.
Make it more techie sounding, 5A. But I'm just saying 5 is the operative integer in there. The A is doing nothing. So why do we have it?
Well, it's probably written out with 5 A's.
I don't think so. You think so?
Yeah.
I bet it says the number 5 and then A. But
Well-
you're looking at it. Where are there 5 A's in a line?
No, I mean like when you're like at the school and it says the school, then it has in my head I've seen multiple A's.
Okay.
I don't know
All right.
why. Let me
You
text
don't
my
know,
friend
yeah.
Kirsten. She works at my high school, okay?
Okay, great. Give her a text.
We're going to give her a text on air. Hi, comma. I have a weird question for a fact check. Period. Do you know what the A stands for in 5A schools? Question mark. Also, is it spelled out?
Number 5.
Also, is it spelled 5A or 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I've seen A's like this. Oh, I added the yeah on accident. I got to edit that.
Oopsies.
Okay. How many people in Asheville drive Subarus? It wouldn't tell me, but it does say nationally Subaru makes up about 1.6% of the overall automotive market.
Side note, on our drive to Dollywood, we had 2 different single dudes in cars that were driving at a very high rate of speed, high velocity. I won't mention whether I was driving slow or fast, but they were both in Subaru Foresters.
Whoa.
And Aaron and I said, this is weird. That's not the car I would expect speed freaks to be drawn to. But boy, we never saw a Subaru Forester that wasn't doing 20 over. So I just file that where you may.
Wow. Okay, but it does say that Subaru's over 11% of this. I'm sorry, in Vermont, Subaru is over 11% of the state's overall automotive sales.
Oh, wow. So 5X the national average.
Yeah, because 1.6%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a confusing fact because he said that in Boone County, North Carolina, the population doubles when school's in, which, makes sense. But I am confused because the student population of Boone in 2023 was 21,253. That includes Appalachian State and some other schools. But then if you look up the population of Boone, North Carolina, it says 20,000.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So there's 20,000 permanent residents, and then another 21,000 arrive to go to school, making it during school time 41,000, but 21,000 aren't residents. So he got that almost exactly right. It's a little more than half of their population.
So you're saying these people aren't residents. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they're not on a census.
I guess it depends on where they register.
Yeah, you don't fill out a census in college generally. That's like the homeowner.
But isn't it where you're registered? Like I registered in Athens. So I got like jury duty summons there and stuff way past when I was supposed to. Like I was considered a resident there.
I would hearken to guess that 99% of people do not switch the address on their license from their childhood home to their dormitory.
Yeah, it happened because I was registering for the election. Like, I think if you want to vote and you're in college, that's the way. Okay, let's see. Is pure O OCD nature or nurture? Purely obsessional OCD, pure O OCD, is thought to have a genetic component, with family history significantly increasing the likelihood of developing the condition. Studies have shown that pure O is 5 to 7 times more common in individuals with relatives who have OCD, suggesting a genetic link. So, yeah. Oh, okay. So Kirsten, my friend, she responded, here's what my athletic director just said when I asked. A is class. So single A is small schools. We are region. Wow, Duluth. Wow, my school is now 7A.
They had to invent new ones for your school?
She said biggest classification. She said, and the A means nothing, kind of like with batteries. His words, not mine, she said.
But that's not a good analogy because the A's in battery do mean something. Because if it's AAA, it's very small. If it's AA, it's bigger. So as you change the A's.
Yeah, but that's what this is too. This is the more A's, the bigger the school.
If you're writing it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A's. But it sounds quite like all they need is the 7. The 7 tells them how big the school is, not the A. Whereas in the battery, the A actually tells you the size.
Well, no,
they're not called 2A.
It's double A or triple A. So it could just be double, triple, single.
But you can't because you have C and D batteries, whatever.
I see what you're saying. You're saying the A is the type of battery because C is
the
different.
A is the operative piece of information. The A has no operative impact on 1 through 7A.
Whatever. It is written out with A's.
It is. When she has to say the size of her school, she writes 7 A's in a row.
She wrote 7 and then a bunch of A's.
Okay. So you would like them to keep the A, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm pushing for them to just ditch the A. It's completely extraneous.
Okay. I think it's stupid to say the school is 7. I like that it has something else added to it.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's it for Luke. That's all the facts for him.
Okay. I really adored him. Hopefully he'll text me one day.
Hopefully. Keep us updated on that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll need $20 someday. Something. Or a motorcycle.
Yeah, maybe he needs to borrow some eggs.
Do you know they make a little tiny motorcycle named a Dax?
Wow. See, that is a big coincidence.
Yeah, I got one today. It's a little tiny motorcycle that says Dax. It's so cute.
Oh my God, cute. How tiny? Like you can ride it or is it for kids?
I can ride it, but you wouldn't know this. But do you know my Grom, that little tiny black motorcycle I have in LA?
Yeah.
It's just a 125. Like my Ducati, the big one, is 1200 cc's. This is 125. So it's a little tiny motorcycle. And it's retro and it's got this steel frame and it says Dax really huge on it.
Wow.
Honda makes it. It's super adorable. I'm going to send you a picture. It's very retro.
So cute. Did you also buy the Dax chair?
I need to.
You need to.
I got to be honest though. Like I would want this Dax mini bike, whether it's a Dax or not. It's just super cute and retro looking. That chair does not look comfortable. The armchair, the Dax armchair.
Yeah, but it's significant.
It looks torturous, but
God. That's deep, you know? It's like, are you comfortable in your skin? Sometimes you're not. And this armchair reflects that.
And that's why I don't love the chair. It's not on brand with my personal brand, which is I am Max Comfort, you know?
Yeah, you're comfortable in your skin, but you're also an addict, which means by nature, you're kind of uncomfortable.
But I sit in a lazy boy at work. Like to me, comfort is like top, you know, it's
what
top priority.
Exactly. So it's like what you're looking for. So the Dax armchair is not what you're looking for. It's who you are. Just so you know.
Oh, a rigid,
No.
poly. injected mold. Like it's a mold. There's no individuality.
It's in a museum. It's obviously special.
It's an accomplishment. I just think it's a terrible chair.
Oh my God. Actually, this is funny because when I was in New York, I went to this place called Superiority Burger, great restaurant. And on the menu, they had these pictures of chairs and then the drink names like went with the chair. And we did play a game for a long time where we were figuring out who was what chair.
That's fun.
It was fun. I'll post it. People can play the game.
Okay. Post it all.
Yeah, I will.
All right. I love you.
Love you.